Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you're American, it's Groundhog Day. If you're anywhere else in the world, it's Channel Audit Day.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
I've just had this harrowing thought of it being Channel Audit Day. Day after day after day, like in the film with Bill Murray. Welcome to Travis and Alex's world at vidIQ here. They actually do channel audits outside of what we do every single Tuesday, which is where you are right now. Welcome, my name is Rob. You are watching the vidIQ channel audit live stream. And vidIQ is the YouTube tool, the YouTube channel, and the YouTube Learning Academy that educates you on your YouTube journey. And as always, every single week, I cannot do this without a gaggle, a posse, a mafia of hosts joining me today. And so I'm just going to press a button and see who's on screen first, and they can start talking. It is Dan H. Hello, Dan. How are you?
What is going on? Yeah, 6 more weeks of winter. Apparently that only counts for the United States. I don't know if anyone even knows what a groundhog is outside of that, but I'm representing all the heavyweights out there today. Let's saddle up and do this.
Yeah, we basically just need to tell people, if you haven't already, watch the mid-1990s hit comedy starring Bill Murray and, was it Julie Andrews?
No.
What's her name? No, it's not Julie Andrews, but it's somebody who looks... Andy McDowell.
There you go.
Groundhog
Yes.
Day. If nobody has a clue what we're talking about, but please watch that after the live stream.
A true classic.
Dan C, thank you for letting us know that you were going to a restroom before the live stream. Have you now returned?
I have returned.
Okay, and I just have one more question. I assume that your merch is in the post because you're not wearing a Disappointing Dan t-shirt just yet.
They wouldn't make it for some reason.
Oh,
Yeah, something about
that's a shame.
having some more self-confidence. They hung up the phone. I don't know. It was very, very weird.
Well, thank you for joining
Dr.
us.
Savage already bought the copyright.
Probably did. And hopefully thanks for not disappointing us this week. Travis, hello, how you doing?
Hey now, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good day. Welcome to Channel Audit Day.
Oh, I'm feeling that enthusiasm. He was just holding it in before we went live. And we want to welcome on a special guest this week, adding a bit of European flavour. You may have seen him on our live stream Q&As, but Alexi, you are making your Channel Audit live stream debut. Hello to you, sir.
Yeah, hi guys, hi everyone. It's my debut here on the live stream, but you know, I've been doing this for a long time now, auditing other people's channels, so it's not new.
Now, what you will have to get used to is Alex's positioning of his webcam, that he always seems to cover like the lower half of the webcam with his head, but then everything above it. So as I tell you what, we should probably actually use Alexi. He has no idea what I'm talking about right now. But memes of the week, where we just get a screenshot of him and people can put stuff above his head. So maybe we might do that bit. Alexi, if you want to volunteer, please do. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's do some shout-outs before we jump into this then. I'm going to say hello to the following people that include How to Relax, Simply Skilles, but you've spelt your channel name a little bit differently, so I hope I pronounce that somewhere close. Classic Friday Playlist, Noah C, Whitby Fossils, Pack Village Blog, and Look Varus. Dan C, who are you saying hello to?
Let's see. I saw someone in there named The Goose, and so I just thought it'd be fun to say. Woofsy. Let's see. Charlotte Charles. We have Journey Dude. We have Where No Ideas Are Bad. Okay, that's the name of their channel. So I'm assuming no videos are bad over there. And we have Stick Coach. How's it going?
And Travis, say hello to some folks here in the live stream.
Well, DCU Studios is in the house. We got Hard Plays, it looks like. We have Fatal Reaper. Man, that's like a double negative. Like, that'll just be Fatal and a Reaper.
Yeah, wow.
All death, all the time. And game time here.
And Dan H, you are going to say hello to the following community members.
Absolutely. Let's give a big shout out to one of our brand new moderators, Pinky Tech.
Pinky Tech, this is a big shout out. I'm shouting out big.
That is as big a shout out as you could possibly get. So shout out to him. We got Epic Bear. I thought that was Epic Beer, but I'll take it either way. Crescent Gaming, Antazi Gaming, and a big shout out every week when I can to Gecko. Love you, Gecko. Hello,
Gecko. Alexa, I don't know if you've got the live stream chat up, but if you have, do you want to do some shout outs?
Yeah, I see some names, but they're so fast. Lego Vlogger, shout out to you. Shinra Senshi Devices, shout out to you as well. Investing 365, there you go, my man. Let's go. Let's get it.
Awesome. Thank you, Alexi. All right, folks, if you are new here to this live stream on a Tuesday, then let us know in the chat with a hashtag new. If you are a original gangster here, do let us also know in the chat. In the meantime, for those folks who are new, this is the 1 minute explainer of how all of this is going down today. Welcome to the vidIQ channel audit livestream, where we review your YouTube channels. There are 2 links in the description, one for gaming channels, one for non-gaming channels. Make sure you submit every week as we clear the form after every livestream. Channel audits are 100% free, so please don't send us any super chats expecting to receive an audit. And don't waste your time asking for one in the chat. If there are any alternative ways to get picked for an audit, such as memes, we will let you know during the livestream. If we can't audit your channel today, vidIQ has a channel audit tool working 24/7 for you. If you haven't already installed vidIQ, download it now for free. A link is in the description, and make sure to take advantage of our free 30-day trial. If you submit your channel for audit, expect the following. We are sharing nothing more than our knowledge, our experience, and our passion as fellow YouTube creators. It's up to you whether or not you take our advice. There are tons of links to lots of useful resources in the video description. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Share this live stream with another fellow creator who may find it useful. And finally, moderators, thank you for everything that you do every single week. All right, let's do this. All right, these are the housekeeping things that I do just before we get into the live stream. And I usually do this in reverse order. But I'm going to do it in a different order today, and you'll find out why in a second. We have around about 1,000 submissions every single week. So we will be honest, we don't get through all of them. We audit maybe 20 to 30 channels a week. So please bear in mind that if you don't have your personal channel audited, it is likely that we're auditing a channel that is similar to yours, whether it's gaming, beauty, tech, so on and so forth. So remember to take these fundamental pieces of advice that we're giving to the creator we're talking about and try and objectively apply them to your channel, because I guarantee you will learn golden nuggets of information from the 5 of us throughout these next couple of hours. Now, secondly, I want to thank the Goose Y2, Dan, they've given us a super chat here, £2 twice to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund.
The Goose!
Goose, thank you. Thank you. Now, this is particularly, I guess, poignant this week because I don't know if this story travelled internationally, but there was a chap in the UK, and I don't usually talk about, the real world, but I wanted to this week because we've been supporting COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund for about 10 months now. There was a chap here called Tom Moore, and he was 100 years old. And what he decided to do was walk 100 laps around his garden or wherever it was over a period of time. And remember, this chap was 100 years old. And in doing so, he raised a phenomenal £33 million for the National Health Service in the UK, which in US equivalent is about $50 million. And this chap was 100 years old. And very sadly, today, he passed away from coronavirus. In his mission to raise these £33 million, he was knighted at the age of, I think it was either 99 or 100. So I just wanted to give like a special tribute here to Sir Tom Moore, who died, unfortunately, today of coronavirus, just before we jumped into these live streams. So any donations that you send to us in Super Chat will go to what all of us are trying to fight and overcome. And sadly, Tom Moore succumbed to coronavirus today. So my tribute is to you for this live stream, Tom. Now, with that being said, Dan, Travis, and Alexi, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you for somebody for confirming that. Let's now audit the very first channel this week, and it goes to Empower Code. And let's start off with Travis and tell us a little bit about what you can work out from this channel.
Well, helping you make a change using technology. I love the idea of the value proposition here. Let's see. Become educated, become empowered. So there's a lot going on in this banner. I love the things that they're giving, but I think they've gotten they have 3 really strong kind of things here. They only need 1. So let's start there. And it looks like, I assume this is a coding channel of some sort.
So I think how I understand it was that there are coding content in here, like Python. We've seen that before on channel audits. But I think there's also some wider discussion, almost like philosophical content pieces, like what is media bias and how do you detect it? Maybe through data. So that seems like it's stepping way back from potential coding. So I think, as you say, Travis, there is perhaps a mixed focus here.
Yeah, I again, I kind of want to understand, when I watch a video, if I like it, am I going to see another video about that topic again?
Correct, yeah.
And that's what you have to think about. When we talk about niching down, we're really talking about being obsessed with the experience for the viewer, because that's what it comes down to, right? If you are really obsessed over the viewer experience, then your videos will be better and your chance of growth is much higher. So when we look at some of these, we see like making change with data. Okay, that's data related information. Okay, what is media bias? How can you drive? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How to install what is it, PyCharm? So that's more specific
and educational versus
yeah.
And
then there's like web scraping. So it's kind of this very vague umbrella, and I'm unsure if the umbrella that it's under is actually what the banner is telling me that it is. It might be, but it seems a little bit different, helping you make a change using technology. So maybe it is, but I mean, some of the stuff seems more utilitarian, and it's more of like a tool than anything, like how to do scripting with this or something, so I guess maybe that helps me change the world, but if you're not showing me specifically how that's changing the world, then I'm not sure. So I like the idea behind the channel. I'm just unsure of the execution. So for me, I would maybe tighten it up just a little bit, get a much tighter focus on what, if I subscribe for this, this one part about PyCharm, I want to see that again and not have to wait for it.
Yeah, let's just sort by most popular and see if there is a somewhat of a theme coming out here. They have this one small breakout video about data science. And then what have we got here? Everything else is kind of much of a muchness in terms of views.
There's like website stuff. So create a website, HTML, web scraping, learn HTML. So it seems like it's, the stuff that's successful is more focused around website stuff. So perhaps that's actually what this channel is, and maybe they don't realize it.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this one? Empower Code? This is open house, if you want to contribute.
I think the thumbnails are... I mean, while I appreciate the effort that's going into them, I think they don't resemble to me a channel that covers tech and coding. And it might be worth looking at channels that do to kind of get a good idea for what you should be doing. But I'm seeing a lot of templates from all over the place and or stock images from all over the place, and it never feels like the videos are from the same person if you were to look at these by themselves.
I agree with you, Dan. It's almost like somebody's gone into Canva, and every time they create a thumbnail, they play like new project and pick something completely from scratch. I'm not sure I agree with you about. I don't see the tech element, but that's just a personal opinion.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't see the tech element in the way I expect to see it when we're talking about code. Yeah. I think programmers just use a different style altogether. And the most popular videos of a city doesn't really scream tech to me, but I guess matter of opinion. But yeah, if we've seen Python channels and things like that before, and the thumbnails are a lot simpler and they don't contain as many images like this.
Let's finish off with some encouraging news here. The channel has been going for 4 months. They've done 25, 30 videos, already got 300 subscribers. I think most of their videos in the last month are getting over 100 views, so that's all encouraging stuff. But we're just looking at tightening up the thumbnails, maybe tightening up the channel focus, which maybe might increase that momentum a little bit. So, folks, that is how we audit channels here. If you think this is going to be useful, make sure to give us a like, because we currently have 480 people watching and we only have 306 likes. So shame on the 178 of you who haven't yet done that. And I forgot to say as well, hashtag Captain Tom. I wanted to include that in the tribute that I made earlier on. So make sure to include that in the chat as well right now. Let's move on to the next channel. And I think what we're going to do here now is get our debut guest in on the action. Alexi, if you want to tell us what this channel's about and maybe pick on a couple of things that we can help for this channel. Fortnite News Daily.
Right. So, I mean, the topic of the channel is pretty clear. It's about a video game, Fortnite. when it comes to the font used in the banner, I'd keep it maybe a little bit simpler. I understand that the cooler the text looks, maybe the edgier you feel. But to be honest, again, simpler is sometimes better. I'm always a fan of simplicity. Now, if you take a look at the thumbnails of the channel, they're actually better than the banner. The font is thicker, bolder. I would say that the images that I use in the background, they're a little bit maybe sometimes too busy. So for example, the second newest video, the red one, Nintendo Switch Tournament, I mean, I can barely decipher. I mean, this is a Japanese Switch and then some Japanese text as well. So I understand as creators, we want to cut corners and make things fast. And when I do something on my own channel, sometimes I take a shortcut as well. But again, not the best background probably. Now, in terms of what's working for this channel, we could maybe take it at the most viewed here.
Sure, let's do that.
And see, do they have a winner? Because typically, the strategy is once you have some kind of a video that's going off for you, just keep on doing the same thing. And yeah, they had maybe a little bit of a success, sure, like the first video, Welcome to Fortnite News Daily, they probably did not continue with this.
It's a channel banner, that one. It's channel trailer.
Exactly. Which again, if we talk about the value proposition here, I'm not sure if again they kind of stuck to the promise of the channel name overall, but kind of focusing on the weapons and just updates and some kind of new items in the game, like that's always a good idea because that's what people are searching for. So I would kind of, again, it's all about making your content searchable, and the 1530 update is here. So yeah, that's the right direction, I guess.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would say, you got 57 views in 9 hours. Is this a lot? Is this a small amount? I would say that typically give a video at least 7 days to see if it has potential. Like after a week, I've seen videos still get 100 views and then they suddenly just blow up because the content is top notch and people are interested. So again, I would not kind of get discouraged by looking at the engagement metrics here. 70%, our tool kind of shows you whether people like your content or not. And all, like this video, for example, 19 likes, 8 dislikes. I would kind of look into the feedback of this video and try to find out like what's wrong with the content, because clearly people are a little bit critical of it.
A couple of things I wanted to point out here. Fortnite News Daily, you're not fulfilling your value proposition as of now. I think there's a couple of days between each post, so you might want to tweak your value proposition a little bit, because I was thinking, all right, if I subscribe to this channel, I'm going to get updates and get the latest news on Fortnite every single day. That's not quite there. And also in the titles, I don't think you're actually using Fortnite as a title in hardly any of these. So like Fortnite update, what's new in Fortnite, I think, because if there's a simple SEO improvement that you could do there. And a final question I just wanted to generally ask all of you is that video length here. It's quite a sensitive topic given YouTube Shorts, and all of these videos are between 1 and 2 minutes. And I'm just wondering if anybody had any thoughts about this, because my general consensus is that if you're going to make a video shorter than 2 minutes, maybe think about making it less than 1 minute, because then you have the opportunity of YouTube Shorts. Or make it over 2 minutes and add just a little bit more substance. Again, but this is an open conversation if anyone has any thoughts.
I certainly think it'd be worth trying. I don't know how well news would carry on shorts given the way they get promoted now.
Yeah,
you could cover an update, and then it could take 2 or 3 days if you're lucky to get on the short shelf, and then it's kind of a bunch of people have covered it. But if you're going to break away from news once in a while, and like you said, it's not daily content right now, and that's probably because there isn't daily updates for Fortnite. So maybe in between your daily news videos, you post something a little bit different. Maybe then that's an opportunity to try shorts. I appreciate the length of these because a lot of times you don't need a lot of time to explain what's in an update. But yeah, it is like when you see a minute 13 on any video, you're kind of like, ooh, do you know there's this thing called shorts that you can try?
Yeah, I'm the same. I also think as well that it doesn't necessarily have to be a short. I'm seeing a lot of channels have successful landscape videos in the 30 to 60 second range. So that's something to consider as well. Again, though, positive notes here. You're approaching 500 subscribers. And, many Fortnite channels really struggle to get over 100 views on many of their videos for a very long time. And you seem to be doing it fairly consistently. So I think having that almost like educational how-to news update stuff is the right direction for a channel of your size. So that is Fortnite Daily. Next up, we do a Twitter contest every single week, and for some reason, Dan H decided to put this picture of me on Twitter and then have captions from them. And the winner of these captions would get their channel chosen. Now, a lot of these have put in quite a lot of text. I'm not going to read out them all, but some highlights include Rob when he sees Savage's supreme muscles. Let me just show you the picture again there. We also had one, where is it? Rob Wilson waiting for us to caption this photo, which is quite a funny one. What was another one that we had? So you're asking for subscribers with no videos on your channel. Yeah, that's a good one. But the winner, if I can find it, I think it was near the bottom, wasn't it here? The winner here was G2, and this is very relevant right now because I'm not moving until Mr. Beast gives us a shout out. And considering what I'm doing for him every single day right now, I agree. That is G2, the winner of this caption competition, and we're going to audit his channel right now. And let's start, I guess, with Dan. You haven't had an opportunity to kick off one so far, so we've got G2 here.
I'm sorry, Rob. Was there a problem with that photo? I thought you looked pretty stellar in that photo. I don't know.
Well, it's not bad. It's before the beard. But yeah,
that's the problem.
And I've got this weird hourglass look down there. But anyway,
well, the caption contests aren't supposed to have a perfect photo. I don't know what a nice headshot of you would be captioned other than I love Rob Wilson, which we get on Twitter a lot. So
let's move on. Let's move on. Dan C, G2, what we're looking at.
Oh, I thought you wanted Dan to kick it off because of the
no.
photo. Okay, well, it's a music vlogging tips and tricks channel. I think where I'm getting lost in the banner is it I'm going to assume because it's a music channel, it's a tips and tricks about music channel, but then there's vlog in the middle there. So I guess I'm a little bit confused. Are we giving tips and tricks about music? Because that could be cool. Or is it tips and tricks about something completely different?
And specifically, I assume, is it about guitar, tips and tricks, music, and vlog? I mean, I don't explicitly say that. The imagery is there, but just a thought. Because music's thrown me off a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, and we famously struggle with music channels around here. So I hope I'm not the only one giving input. But I guess what I will say is I like what I'm seeing with the thumbnails because they put themselves in it, and they're trying to put different poses and things like that. They're holding their guitar. They have a lot of different guitars. They make different faces. They look like a fun person. I think that's important. And I think the text on the thumbnail, while busy, still simple enough. You have the logo of that artist you're covering and maybe the title of the song. I might try and cut that down a little bit, get rid of one or the other, because it does kind of busy up the whole thumbnail. And I think when you're a channel like this, more tips and tricks is what I would lean towards. You're trying to teach people how to maybe play these songs, perhaps, and that could be a really good way to start.
I'm just doing a search here for how to, and that looks like in total 3 times on the channel. And I just think that has a very simple titling format is going to help you along here. There's a lot of remixes as well, I think, and or covers. I'm not necessarily seeing that in the channel banner, so maybe they're moving more towards that in their content, and also experimenting with some shots here and there. With one that's done nicely with 3,000 views there, which is good to see. Alexi, Travis, any extra thoughts here?
I'll jump in just to glean off some information from Jeff, who is usually a bit of our music expert, is that you sort of want to be on trend with a lot of this music content. And I don't know that Papa Roach or Incubus, while I love that song very much, are things that are really trending at the moment. So if you're going to be doing this style of content with specific musicians, you might want to look on people who are a bit more trendy. And also, we talk a lot about doubling down on the content that works. If you look at some of his videos, especially the which guitar tuner or which bass right there, which coil to use, those ones seem to be getting a lot of views. I think that's sort of a compendium of a very similar topic there across a few videos. But if that's the content that's bringing in good views, you know, double down on that type of stuff. You could, you know, do some of the remixes and some of the more traditional guitar tips as well, but try and think of content that really fits into that loop, because it looks like people are definitely going to come back for that type of stuff.
It's interesting that the top 2 videos are versus videos. I'm just making a video about like the type of videos you can make when you're under 1,000 subscribers, and versus videos is one of them. So that's kind of supporting my point there, which I might have to use in my video. Alexi, go ahead.
I was gonna say that because they have one successful shorts clip or video, I would say this is like probably the easiest way to jumpstart this channel. I mean, you already have one format or one idea that is working. Now you kind of have to maybe envision the next idea that follows up after this video, because again, making a mistake versus faking it, I think this is related to being a guitarist, maybe playing in a band, and you know there are certain prejudices or just certain things people joke about internally in a group. If you can just bring those up and make shorts, I mean, making a 30 seconds long video, like that's a lot less effort than making a 30 minutes tips video, right? So I would kind of lean into shorts right now. It's still very hot as a thing to kind of break out a channel into stratosphere. So just go with the shorts, in my opinion.
3.5 billion YouTube Shorts views a day now, according to Susan Wojcicki. I can't remember if I pronounced her name right. Folks, there's now 600 people watching, and we've got 422 likes. So come on, those 180 people, step up, please. Travis, you're going to talk about curly Kristenite. I hope I pronounced that right. What are we looking at here?
Yeah, I figured I was an expert on curly hair. I mean, in fairness, I did grow up with curly hair, so I mean, I did have a little bit of curly.
Yeah, the memes of the week showed that you're the lovely locks.
Oh man, let me tell you,
previously
scary. Yeah. So first of all, I love the name. It already tells you the value. It's kind of catchy, and it's one of those things I think you're going to remember long term. Which is, again, I can't overstate this enough. Saying you're Monster Killer 3288 isn't necessarily very memorable, although I just remembered that.
Yeah, we're going to get shirts made of that now.
I literally just made that.
I'm never going to remember Monster Killer 3288.
But I like, so first of all, I like the value proposition here, obviously about curly hair. That's the cool thing about that is people are going to keep coming back to that. Now, you have some other things going on here. So you have like some baby stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if the baby has curly hair, that definitely is something that you could kind of lean into as well. If the whole family has curly hair, that's great. But I would caution. So I see some like birth vlogs and stuff, which is different. So now we're getting away from the what I've pretty much stated is the number one aspect of this channel. So if I come here wanting to know what the newest curly kind of hair style is, and then I see baby stuff, I may not watch that. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I did learn from her, and maybe I'll watch one baby video, but it's unlikely I want to watch many more than that. Or if they come for the baby videos and they really love the baby, they may not stick around for the curly hair stuff. So you have to like understand that you're trying to talk to potentially two different audiences, and you don't want to do that when you're first starting out. Having said that, there's a lot of videos in here with some really great views. Some of them are older, but still. That just means that there is an audience for this type of content, and I think if you really stick strongly to it, you'll do well. Now, if you look on YouTube now and do searches, you'll see that the thumbnail style for this is to be very close up to the hair. Yeah. A lot of times from kind of like an upper angle downwards, not even necessarily from forward on. Sometimes you see those, and you'll see a lot of 2 and 3 split thumbnails where you'll have like 2 or 3 photos, either like before or after, or just different angles. So you'll want to go with that if that's what you're doing. But again, it looks like over the last month or so, there's been some kind of mixed content. Yeah. So if it was me, I would definitely like double down more on the overall value proposition of the channel, which I believe is curly hair. It
looks like there was a double pivot here. I need to get a sound effect from Ross from Friends whenever I say this. And I'll just say, pivot! Because some of these thumbnails, like from 3 years ago, are phenomenal, really fantastic thumbnails, and it looks as if you were definitely on that curly hair route. And I don't know, I'm trying to work out if it was a break in content when you got pregnant, maybe, and like your focus shifted in your life, and you decided to transfer that onto the YouTube channel, and it looks as if it damaged your channel a little bit. I think maybe views were in the maybe 500 plus. I don't know. It looks as if the views have been struggling a little bit, like you were doing very well 3 years ago, and then something tailed off. Then you did a bit of pregnancy content, which I did relatively okay, but now you're pivoting back to the hair stuff. So I think, yeah, there's nothing necessarily wrong with the pregnancy content if there's an audience for it, but you're going to need to put it on perhaps a second channel, or the curly hair stuff on a second channel, whichever you want to decide. But there's probably too much of a disparity between the two to have them running side by side on one channel. Thumbnails, I'm not a big fan of the text in these, just because it's a little difficult to read when somebody's swiping through, rather than just some blocky text, which you've abandoned, which is fine. And then I mean, do we judge a channel on these last 4 videos? Because that's what you kind of seem to have returned to. And yeah, I think just work to be done to kickstart the channel there. Any other thoughts on this one from anyone? All right, the silence means that we're going to move on to our Discord selected channel. But just before we show that channel, Dan H, if you just want to tell us quickly, I've got a new Discord screenshot for you, but tell us why people should be on our Discord server.
Yeah, absolutely. So just in that pinned comment right now, a link to our Discord server. The beauty of our Discord server is that 24/7, we have people who are just like you, who are creators, who are in the creator community, who love giving feedback, who love talking about their analytics and SEO and vidIQ in general, and just a really warm and welcoming community for everybody who likes vidIQ, but also likes creating on YouTube to come together and chat. And you have access to us, the members of vidIQ, but you also have access to each other. And one of the great benefits on top of that is that every single week I pick one of our more active members, somebody who gives a lot of feedback and is someone who is in the server often, and they receive a free channel audit. So this week we've chosen Loser Anna. I know not the most positive name, but she's trying to spin it and say that, you know, you could be yourself and be a bit crazy and wild and be a quote unquote loser and still be expressive about yourself and be open and be happy to being that type of person.
I'm going to open this up to the floor. Who wants to start with this one?
I will just say that this person has a second channel too, and we kind of went back and forth, Dan and I, this morning on which one to audit. This one has more subscribers.
Right.
I want to say that other one's a little more focused, so I'll keep that in mind here. They do a lot of choreography videos and things like that over there, but
okay, cool.
This one feels a lot more like a personality channel, especially with these first 6 videos. And of course, as you scroll down, I did earlier look at their most popular ones, and they're popular by a lot. And they're both reaction videos.
Yeah, I think I noticed that as well. I noticed that they started off with some Fortnite content or gaming content a long time ago, but I think they've moved on from there. But as you say, Dan, the 2 standout ones, definitely reaction content.
Yeah, and reaction content is probably a good way to launch. And I see you've done more, but it didn't do as well as some of these. It's a good way to launch, I think, a personality channel. Another thing, I said this on Twitter the other day. I don't know if it's too late now, but one of the things you should do if you're an animation channel or a channel that is just all about comedy or personality or whatever is you should try to find some way to bring the stock market into your content right now, just because it's such a hot topic. You know, maybe GameStop is in particular, whatever it is for you. But that is the type of thing I think channels like this need to focus on, is what is trending just out in the world? What's something everyone's talking about? And can you add your voice to that discussion? Maybe not you saying, oh guys, I bought some GameStop stock and I lost all my money, but if you're a comedy channel, can you parody it? If you're an animation channel, can you explain what a short sell squeeze is using animation, or short squeezes rather? So just some general ideas for you.
I did a very jarringly metaphorical comparison of GameStop stocks to the community tab yesterday, Dan, didn't I, in a little interview, and that probably didn't work. But
I kept it in there.
It made it through, did it? Wow. Awesome. Yeah. I'm just going to ask you folks, right, of all of these, which is the thumbnail that stands out on this? And I'm hoping you all agree with me. Which one is it, do you think?
Mr. Beast one that has the tangerines.
Yep,
yes.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yep.
I agree. That is a phenomenal thumbnail, isn't it?
Mr. Beast has a thumbnail very similar to that in one of his videos.
I guess the question is why? Why does that one stand out? I hope, why do we all agree that it stands out?
bright
Well, it's very
color.
simple, right? A clear back or kind of a blurry background that doesn't have too much information in it, and then she's front and center, and she's right there.
No text. There's like an epic sense of scale. Even though maybe this video didn't perform as well as you might think, I just think that type of thumbnail, along with the title, is really powerful. Although I may have not have included the number, because 6,000 makes it maybe not as impressive as it. I mean, that makes it look really impressive, but then when you say 6,000, it's like, oh, maybe not quite as exciting. I might somehow left out the number or tease a number somehow.
I used thousands of tangerines to make a carpet or something along those lines.
Or I used this many, like blank or something. Anyway, but just as a thumbnail, that really stood out. So I think the creator is on that right track in terms of content. I just want to throw it over to Alexi if you had any extra thoughts on this one.
To be honest, the thumbnail that jumped at me was "Life is Fun," a boy in a band, the blue one. I mean, I agree with you guys. The Mr. Beast analogy with the tangerines works, but for me, I don't know. I'm a sucker for colors that that fall into this palette of blue and orange. I mean, the other one is orange, so it fits the formula as well. But yeah, I like it. I mean, it's simple. Sure, she's pointing to something I cannot really decipher. It's some kind of a comic, slash cartoon. But in general, I feel like I was actually reading the chat while the guys were talking about this channel, and this creator in particular just said that right now she's not enjoying reaction videos anymore, and I can relate to kind of like, hey, I know this is gonna get me views, I just don't want to do it, right? So I feel at the same time, to be honest, when you're just starting out on YouTube, you kind of have to maybe push yourself and do things you don't like, simply because you have to build this initial audience, because once you have some kind of an audience built on your channel, now you have the luxury of actually picking and choosing what you do next, right? So if you see that reaction videos work for you and have worked for you the best, I don't know, gather some energy, do some creative brainstorming, and maybe come up with an idea that actually excites you, and that it's still, and where you can still use the reaction in the title, for example.
This is an interesting topic, actually. I think we should probably talk about for a few minutes in terms of when you make a content that as you say, performs well, but you're not necessarily a fan of it. How do you make this work as a creator? And my thought has always been, to get somebody into a video, it's mainly to do with a thumbnail and a title, and then delivering value from that thumbnail and title. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to follow a strict rules and laws of that type of content. It means that you could do you could explore other forms of entertainment and things within the reaction video. So like to get somebody in, it could be about reactions, but then you could have a whole section of a video that's on a slightly different tangent that you really enjoy and hopefully exposes your audience to something new. I mean, let's put it this way. I don't always enjoy doing how to grow your channel tutorials, but I'll think of something when I'm making that video that I'm looking forward to as I make that content. I'm just wondering if you, Travis, or you, Dan, have ever shared similar experiences with that type of thing.
I definitely have. And I'm sure every gaming channel here who's gotten tired of the game they're playing will relate to this, but you play a game, people subscribe for it, and then you're like, well, I kind of played as much as I care to play right now. I'll come back to it, but maybe it's time to do something else because, hey, I'm going to be playing this new game. I might as well record it. And it becomes a matter of, like, you have to decide if that's what you want to do with your channel, because what happens is your audience comes back and they're like, oh, they stopped playing the game I like. And maybe they'll keep checking. Maybe YouTube will keep recommending your videos, and maybe it'll slow down because that person just doesn't click them anymore. And before you know it, you're back to playing your original game and everyone's gone, And it's just that the solution to that is exactly what Alexi said. Sometimes you just have to sit there and go, you know what? I want to grow my audience. One day I'll have enough people to where if I play a different game, it won't matter. Enough people are going to watch. I can still pay my bills. It'll be great. But you have, this is why you have to pace yourself. This is why I tell people not to make daily videos in that space, because it's taxing and it burns you out, not just of making videos, but of the game you're playing.
Travis, I know you're kind of having a January chill out period, and wasn't one of the exploratory videos that you did, like you went to a shooting range and shot your iPhone, and I think you said that you knew this wasn't necessarily going to get views, but it was something that you just wanted to explore on your channel.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. So I think there's certain times where you can experiment with things, and And every once in a while, something will take off, and hopefully it's a good thing. But I think one of the things you should not do, which I've talked to a lot of people who've done this, is to do something just for the sake of it trending, because inevitably what will end up happening, and this has happened to multiple people that I've talked to, it's that one thing that takes off and that becomes your channel, and now you're just screwed. Now you got a channel that the only thing that works is that one content. There was a channel I worked with that had like 40 something thousand subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, and they couldn't get any videos over 1,000 views because they made one video a long time ago that got most of their subscribers. It had nothing to do with their niche. It happened to take off. And now the only thing that works was that one thing. And I remember telling the creator, I said, well, you can do one of two things. You can do one of like three things. Number one, you continue doing that stuff you don't really like and at least have a little success. Number two, you can start a new channel, which a lot of people get worried about. But to be honest, like if you're really tightly niched about it, it may not take that long to grow it, depending. Or you can spend the time to try to turn the Titanic on this channel, which can be done, but there's some very severe things you've got to do. You've got to like unlist that popular video. You've got to start just being very niche down and sending out more content for the people that you want. Like there's none of this is easy. Like this is one of the hardest platforms to grow on. And if you want to do these things, you just want to do anything. Okay. But make sure every single video you put out is something you're going to want to do more of if you want to grow. If you don't want to grow, like you don't really care, put anything out you want. But if you're here to grow, then it is what it is.
Thank you for your insights, everybody there. Right, Alexi, I've got a question for you. Are you willing to be memed?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
all right, okay.
gotta play the game, right?
Right, so what we need to do here is I just need to get you on screen by yourself. Zoom guests only. So, folks, I'm not going to ask Alexi to do any posing here. So Alexi, just stare at your webcam for about 5 seconds. And people, take a screenshot right now, turn it into a meme, hashtag channel audits, and we'll see what you can do. And if it's a funny meme, then you may be selected for a channel audit later on. Alexi might not even see these if he's not on the live stream at that point. But yeah, please send them because you've got a lot of space above his head to do some fun stuff there. And so we'll see what they come up with. Thank you for volunteering there, Alexi. It is appreciated. Let's go back to the channel audits. I'm going to look at this channel next, which is Valers Art, I think. And I'm just going to say this. Very simply, I think this channel is going to have 100,000 subscribers in 2021. I've said this before, and I've promised I will eat my shirt, but I don't think I'm going to be wrong with this channel. Alexa, did you pick this channel, or was it someone else?
No, I did not.
Who picked this?
The next one is the one I picked.
Right. Dan, okay, so why have we picked this one?
Well, one of the things, I'm going to be very honest right now. One of the things I do when I go to the forum is I look at channels. I start out with channels that have a lot of subscribers because we pick a lot of random channels. A lot of people are still growing, and I try to find examples of channels that are doing something, unique and or encouraging. And this was the first channel I saw today, and I'm like, yep, over 2,000 subscribers, approaching 3,000, videos with thousands and thousands of views. They're taking advantage of shorts exclusively. And if you're an animation channel right now, please be taking notes, because shorts, Alexi said this earlier, we've been saying this for a while, are a great way to break into YouTube right now.
So Dan, let me just stop you there for a second, because some of these are not shorts. They are short videos, but they're not YouTube shorts.
The latest one is.
The latest one is, but not all of them are. So I want to be clear with people that I think there's an opportunity both in YouTube shorts and short form content, because people are watching short form content in general, and YouTube is pushing more short form content, whether it is shorts or short videos. This gets so frustrating and confusing, and this is one of the reasons why I'm annoyed about how YouTube is distributing short video content, that we get into this confusing discussion. But I just wanted to interject there, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you're right. And I in my rambling, I probably would have gotten there. It's still 86,000 views on a video that is not in vertical format or square format, which is crazy. And if you're an animation channel, it's tough. It's tough to grow. And here's somebody who has original characters. It looks like original concepts. I'm not seeing anything here that's resonating with me in terms of like a trending topic. I guess Dream in that one.
I think they've done some collaboration with Dream Not Found, perhaps, if they're a creator. Which I think
Dream's mentioned. Never mind. So Dream's mentioned a handful of times. I missed that. And that's what Dream gets for making a name that's with a word that's so commonly used. But yes, so double whammy. We're covering something that people search for. We're animating and taking advantage of something that's very popular right now, which is short form content. So well done to this channel.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what else to say other than like the first videos that you started with, even before you maybe had a collab with somebody, are getting thousands of views, which again for animation channels can be a struggle. And this, as you say, Dan, they're not really tied into a popular culture or a trend. This looks to be all of their own content. I don't know, maybe we're missing something. This creator may have been popular elsewhere, and so they're bringing that audience over here.
Their Instagram is linked.
But so I mean, we could just check their Instagram maybe and see if there's got any big presence elsewhere. No, there's nothing really there. I don't know, maybe they've worked with other animators, but they've already got their jump start. And I agree with you, Dan, in terms of they can push out content, it looks like once every 2 weeks, which is pretty good for an animator. The thumbnails seem pretty strong and clear so far. They're using text, but it doesn't dominate the thumbnail, kind of complements the imagery there. And so I'm encouraged here. Travis and Alex, if you have any extra points, please let them be heard now.
It's remarkable. I don't know what else to say that hasn't been already said. It's one of those times where something just took off, and
it's rare to see a channel pop so quickly, isn't it? When we're talking so much about animation channels which don't get the traction and whatnot. I think there's probably clearly something going on here which maybe we're not quite following. Look at that. This channel video here, 713 likes and 0 dislikes as well.
Wow,
which is not a bad conversion rate there.
I've never seen so many videos in a row at 100% like ratios.
Yeah, that's true as well, isn't it?
As a matter of fact, almost 100,000 views with no dislike. I don't believe that.
Something's fishy.
The calculations are like they're usually just not.
But even
quite
so,
right.
that's still ridiculous.
Still good. Well, let's just click into a video for a second. I'm not going to watch the content. I just want to see the engagement. See like if there's a lot of comments in there which support it. Okay, so there's not that many comments. So maybe there's some external sharing going on here, or it's just short video content where people don't reply to
Does this include shorts anywhere?
238 Reddit upvotes there as well.
So maybe they found their home on Reddit to share this content as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Video Scorecard.
Oh yeah, Video Scorecard, free from vidIQ. Thank you for the little plug there. So I think Valers Art, I think you just continue to do what you're doing. You're going to be snowballing with momentum here. And the thumbnails look good. You're making short content. That's all working. We'll probably see you in 3 to 6 months' time, and you'll be doing very nicely for yourself. Let's move on to the next channel then, and this is going to be Swifty, and they are PC guys, tips and news. And yeah, Alexi, this is the one you picked. It's a relatively new channel, I think. Let's just go to videos.
Yeah, so when picking the channel, I tried to be a little bit like give everyone a chance. I specifically didn't go for a big subscriber channel because I know like when you have 80 subscribers, you might feel like, hey, so I'm a small creator, I might get overlooked. But in this case, I feel like I stumbled upon a gem of a channel, to be honest. And for everyone who's watching right now, this is the channel to maybe kind of look up to be honest, despite the small subscriber size, because they have one video that they made 4 weeks ago about best budget graphics card in 2021. And among all the small channels out there, under 1,000 subscribers, on the topic of graphics card, this is the best video in the past month. Like literally, I've checked it out. And if you click on the video, you will see comments where people are saying, wow, like you make a video as if you had 10,000 subscribers. And they praise the authenticity of this creator because he's actually, saying real prices. He's saying like, hey, some people say, wow, this is a budget graphics card, you can get it for $250, when in reality it costs twice as much. So he's being authentic with his audience, he's producing quality content. And another thing actually I encounter quite often when I audit channels during my job, people like to hide their subscribers when they're still too small, right?
Yeah,
for some reason they feel let's say kind of like insecure about it. But by reading the comments, you can actually see people enjoy being part of this journey, right?
Yeah.
They literally write, I am your subscriber number 14, and wow, you deserve so much more subscribers. I subscribe right now, right? So people want to support good content. So this guy created a channel literally on December 31st, right? He released 5 videos. Thumbnails look top notch. It looks like it's a professional, gaming PC builds channel, and he's crushing. I would say this is really like a huge potential channel in terms of, this is for me an indication that this guy really, if he sticks to this topic, because I can see kind of, when I say stick to the topic, I would encourage him to stick to the topic of GPUs for now.
Yeah.
Why? Because there is a worldwide shortage in GPUs at this moment. It's a hot topic. It's a trend, but it's a trend that's going to go on for months. It's not going to be only hot today. It's going to be hot in February, probably in March, because there is a problem with buying graphics cards. So people are looking for budget solutions. So kind of focus on that. And if I were to give you recommendations, like what should you make your next video about, I see you tried the processor. I would always try and tie in GPUs with another piece of hardware. So for example, the best GPU CPU combo, right? This could be an idea. Or the best GPU for this particular video game. And when you pick video games, go for the free-to-play video games. Go for Fortnite, Warzone, Valorant, maybe something else. Why? Because people who are looking for budget GPUs, they're probably playing free-to-play games. That's just a no-brainer, right? And again, if you have vidIQ, if you did not spend your free trial just yet, get the free trial with the boost feature, with everything that we offer, with all the bells and whistles. Go into MostView, type in GPU, GPUs, graphics card, and just take a look. Exactly. Just take a look what other channels that are slightly bigger than yours, maybe between 1K and 10K are doing. Boom. Just go with the topics that they're doing because you already have the talent. You already have the presentational skills because people are praising you for it, right? So to be honest, like everyone who's watching this live stream and everyone who's saying, wow, YouTube is so hard and I'm not growing, this is the guy who's showing you can grow relatively quickly with a small subscriber base if you just check all the boxes, basically, and this guy is doing it.
I'm crossing my fingers trying to get this to work because sometimes the best, most view tool can be a little temperamental. What was the search you wanted me to do here?
I would just, to use this tool, I would suggest to use just one word because it's very finicky. It really likes precision. So best GPU is an opportunity if you really want to see, let's say, all the videos on graphics cards. I would try and GPUs with an S, then graphics card spelled out. I mean, the variations are limitless here. And of course, Keyword Inspector can always point you towards a great idea as well.
And then filtering by channel size so you kind of get an idea of what you can be competing against and so on. I did just want to, because as you were saying this, Alexei, I was having this idea of like a case study saying the perfect way to start your channel. And this is almost it, isn't it? In the terms of the thumbnails, which are phenomenal. And let's just focus on why this is phenomenal. Best budget CPUs, I think because it's purchasing decisions, you've got more license to use a bit of text, and crucially they include that as a real allure. What you can get a graphics card for $50. I mean, that's a real pull there. I think the use of a text color is fantastic as well against the grey background. And actually, when I clicked on here, again, just to promote the vidIQ tool a bit, even though this is less important in terms of actual optimization, the fact that they've done all of this keyword research and they're including it in our tags shows that they've done the pre-analysis, Alexis, doesn't it? They've worked out what they want to talk about, exactly how they're going to talk about it. And I mean, these are ranking, which is good to see. As I say, tags aren't that important necessarily in the videos themselves, but the fact that this creator is learning about all of these keywords for future content is really crucial. Now, the interesting thing you said here as well is that they tried to move from best graphics cards to processor, and that video didn't perform as well. And I'm worried that the creator may have been scared off a little bit about these best budget things, but they shouldn't be, as you say, Alexei. Maybe they want to look at another budget type of GPU video, maybe for February or something like that. Then this one here, which I think is like, what is this, Dan? Something to do with Hamachi Relayed Tunnel Fix for Minecraft?
Yeah, there's this. If you can't port forward your Minecraft, network, so people can join you in the game, you can use this thing called Hamachi that kind of bypasses that. I don't know what a relay tunnel is. I haven't used this in a long time, but I appreciate the simplicity of this thumbnail. It looks like a lot of people got value out of this.
Yeah, so that video did well. But then let this be a lesson to you. You've kind of stepped out of your graphics gaming area here, and you've done something quite generic, how to install programs on Windows 10. Now, it could be that this video does well in the future with perhaps evergreen content, but the 18 views after a week seems to suggest to me that YouTube didn't really recognize this as good content for your existing audience, and your subscribers have not reacted to it well either. So that's kind of like eating your own dog food, focusing on the stuff that's already working for your channel. And I think that, as you say, Alexa, this is just a good example of a channel that's doing things right. They're also making mistakes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. They just need to learn from them.
It could be that they recorded 5 videos all kind of around the same time, scheduled them out. Now they have data, and now they know to follow up on what's working, which in this case would be the best GPUs. I was going to also commend this channel. This is an incredible job they're doing, and they're operating at a very, very high level.
Also timing as well, right? Releasing this one probably on the 1st or 2nd of January, like the best budget graphics cards of 2021. You just nailed it in terms of optimization and I'm not going to say trending topic because it's almost like tentpole trending. This thing always happens at this time of year. Now, what we do here, Alexi, when we talk about these channels, is we give them something called the confetti of joy. You might not see this on screen, but what I'm going to do now is press a button, and then lots of confetti appears on screen, because we're kind of celebrating a channel which, even with less than 100 subscribers, has real potential. So thank you for finding this one. I may even do a case study on this. It's a fascinating channel, just from the thumbnails alone.
They remind me of 100% Zelda, because it was the same way when we found them. They had a handful of videos with tons of views. They knew their niche. They were, hammering it, hitting it hard. And we talked to them before we really, dove into their channel for a case study. And they said, look, I've been watching you guys for a while, and I've been trying to learn everything I can, and I went into YouTube with a plan.
Now,
and here we go.
We stayed on this channel for a little while, but it's because there was a lot of good fundamental things to talk about. So I hope you can take this collection of information and apply it to your channel. And with that being said, let's move on to the next channel, which is so it's 2-1, and let's get Travis back involved in this one. What are we looking at here, Travis?
2-1, live outside the box. I like the idea behind it. I don't know exactly what it means. I'm assuming live the life to your fullest, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong. 2-1, I'm unsure what that means. 21, is it an age, or is it 2 in 1? Is it 2 1s? I don't know. I'd like to learn. So I'm at least intrigued in some way. I guess the other question is if someone searches for 21, will this channel come up, or are they absolutely gonna have to spell it 2-1 and anyway, something to think about. Let's see. So we have, it looks like probably a short there at the beginning there, abandoned hospital. Okay, so it's like a personality channel, looks like. Yeah. So it's a personality kind of stunt channel, that sort of thing, which they have a couple of videos that have done really well. And then they have some weird ones. What is this John Lewis Christmas advert alternative? I don't know if that's like a skit.
So John Lewis is a big department store in the UK, and they do these very emotional, poignant Christmas adverts. So they're probably doing a parody on that. They're reacting to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looked like it did pretty well.
Yeah.
We got some, skit-based stuff. To be honest, like for the subscriber number that they actually have some really kind of performant videos, especially since most of it's personality-based. So that's encouraging. Definitely would look to see what their best performing videos are and try to like triple down on that for a little while and see if you just did a month of just those type of videos, what would happen. A lot of people worry about burning out their subscribers, but here's a couple things. Number one, all you have to do is look in your statistics and realize that the vast majority of your videos don't have, maybe 50% of the people that are subscribers watching them anyway. So you're not burning anything out because most of your subscribers aren't watching all your videos. Number two, the ones that are tolerant of it. That's why they're watching all of them. So it's fine. They don't care. That's what they want to see. So I think you need to, when creators come across something that works really well, sometimes go, okay, but I just did that one, or I just did one like that. Yeah, that's okay. It's actually better. And that's what you'll see. Some of the channels that really blow up either use the same exact title structure, or they'll just give a slightly different version of something, and you'll be surprised at how it snowballs. So for a personality-based channel, I would just look for all the things that have worked, categorize them in some way, and then just start killing it.
There's just some interesting, I'm not going to say Mr. Beast exactly ideas, but I just like the idea of this one. You buy the cheapest air flight possible. You don't know where you're going to end up. And that's like a cool idea for a video. Dan H, I think we, can you remember we saw this channel? I don't know where it was, but their first video was getting their first 100 subscribers, which is a really intriguing.
Yeah, it was in our how many days does it take to get 100 subscribers in 61 days video. They had commented on there, so we took a look at it. That video is super interesting, and I think the problem we saw then was a bit of consistency. I don't know, it looks like their most recent video was pretty recent, but I think there's probably a gap in between some of those. And I think that could be hard when you have a 2-person personality channel, is that you sort of are always trying to get together, brainstorm ideas and, you know, kind of collaborate on the stuff. So that could take you some time. But then if one of you sort of fall off with enthusiasm, then all of a sudden it becomes even harder to create videos. So I think consistency will be a big key for these guys. They had great chemistry on camera since I watched a few of their videos. And I think that was a big selling point of theirs. But again, at that point, when we looked at them a few weeks ago, they had definitely had a bit of a drought in terms of how often they were producing their videos.
The specific thing I remember, but this was only their first video and what the 40 they've made since then, was that they had a really intriguing thumbnail and a title idea. But then when I got into the video, it took them forever to start delivering on that promise. Like, I don't even think they'd acquired their first subscriber 3 or 4 minutes into it. And I was getting frustrated as a viewer. So there may be potential watch time issues. But as I said, that was the first video. That could have completely changed and you probably refined your content. But it was just delivering value from the title a little quicker and moving the story along. But yeah, I'm encouraged by this channel, and it's one of those where it just maybe takes one of these videos to really blow up. And like Dan, you were saying about the GameStop thing, they could have maybe used that to their advantage and turned it into their own sort of interesting story this week.
Yeah, right.
If it were in there, yep.
I mean, they could still potentially.
Yeah.
Still, I think it's still going up. Honestly, I haven't checked it though today.
I think somebody should make a video of like just walking into GameStop and try and trade some stocks or something, like literally into the store. If they're not locked down.
I'd like to return these.
Absolutely. So yeah, like we're trading like $4 million. Well, $4 million worth of GameStop shares last week, but now they get like Final Fantasy 15 DLC or something. Anyway, let's move on. So that was 2-1. Thank you for submitting your channel. Now, what we're going to do next is a couple of shout-outs. These are channels that we just like to get more involved in the live stream, and we're going to shout them out. We're going to maybe talk about one or two things. It doesn't exclude the channel from being picked in a random section, but we just like to do some shout-outs. So we'll kick this off with Dan H. and the shout-out for this channel.
Let's go. It's JM VFX Animation, 257 subscribers. Looks like some pretty cool animations. Obviously, they look like they're pretty good at what they're doing here. So it's probably a pretty good start. 257 subscribers. A lot of hearts I see here. So comment on all of our videos, and I'll be sure to give you a heart there as well.
My question would be: is this stuff that you're giving away for free for people to use? Because it's not explicit in the thumbnails or the titles. That might help if you are giving stuff away for free or not. So that you got a link in there, but it's not that clear in the thumbnail. So maybe that might help.
They're stacking up for Valentine's Day too, which is also something everyone should be kind of thinking about. This is a good time to
I'm looking forward to our table tennis play date soon. Dan, does that fall into the realm of Valentine's Day?
I guess it has to now.
All right, Dan C, since this is a gaming channel, you can shout out this channel.
Elite Gaming, for which you should sub now. I like your banner. I like your channel art. Actually, it's nice and clean. I can tell it's a Minecraft channel. And congrats on over 600 subscribers. You're on your way to 1,000. And I think at the rate you're going, you should probably hit that pretty soon.
Congrats on the thumbnails as well. Look at these.
Yeah.
Whoa, phenomenal. These aren't just like Minecraft screenshots. They've been touched up, but in a thoughtful way, with really striking text.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I think you're on the right track. I wonder how many videos they have.
Let's see. They've been doing it for a wee while. Yeah, quite a while. But hey, here we go. Look at this thumbnail evolution.
Oh yeah, and they weren't bad before either, but I think they're a lot better now.
Yeah, they've gone through like this warping lines at the edges, but phenomenal. I think you're putting a lot of effort into the bank here, and you're going to get rewarded soon. I like the fact that you're trying to get Mr. Beast to comment on one of your videos. Mr. Beast has commented on one of mine, so I've got that against you. Travis, shout out this channel.
Yeah, just side note, I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft lately. I just want to say that, unfortunately.
Are you gonna live stream? Are you on Twitch?
I am on Twitch. I hadn't really considered it, but I guess I could, because I'm still not any good at it, but I'm making this kind of cool little, I don't know, we'll talk about it another time. Okay.
Okay.
The SLTP or TB, there you go. We got guitar covers, stop motion, music, and entertainment. If you need all of these things, SLTP got you covered here on their YouTube channel. So it's SLTP.
All right, then. There you are. Yeah, covering lots of things. Hopefully you're going to maybe focus down on something once you have enjoyed your YouTube journey there as maybe a younger and new creator. And Alexi, can you shout out this channel, please?
Primitive AK. Follow me if you enjoy my content. All right, what's the content? It's Call of Duty.
It's a good question, isn't it?
It's Call of Duty. It's Travis started playing Minecraft. I started playing a little bit of Call of Duty recently. So yeah, we'll talk about it later. So subscribe to Primitive AK. 15.6K subscribers. That's awesome. So just keep doing it, man. I mean, DMR got nerfed. Mac 10 is the secondary to use right now. Right, you get the drift. So yeah, subscribe to Primitive AK. That's the next upcoming channel in this Warzone space.
Good consistency of thumbnails here, Alexi. It looks as if, I mean, just looking from the thumbnails, not really reading the titles too much. They kind of focus on particular weapons or guns or skins for the guns. There's something consistently fresh.
It's all about class setups, right? That's they're doing the right things. Class setup and going through different weapons, and then using the colors that stand out, like the pink, violet, and the blue. It works perfectly. So guys, subscribe to Primitive AK.
It's smart to look up at the sky and take those photos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a nice clean background.
How are you doing for time, Alexi? Are you good?
Good question. I think I'm gonna drop off. Thanks for having me, guys. Was super interesting, super informative. Maybe I'll join again.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'll share all of those hilarious memes with you later on, Alexi.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. So there goes Alexi. I'm going to do one more shout out here. And now, you may not be familiar with his channel, but they're called Paul Peck Drywall. And he has essentially built up a YouTube empire on paint drying. I know that's a little insulting, but it's kind of... I'm just having a bit of fun here. But I think he may have a competitor here called Rizzy Painting. Their channel has 400 subscribers so far. But if you can get a video that is all about, I guess, staining the wood on your staircase and getting tens of thousands of views, that is awesome. That reflects that there is an audience for everything on YouTube. And it looks as if, I'm just going to sort by most popular here. Is it always the case that your staircase staining videos are your most popular? And that is like your niche on YouTube. I know that sounds daft, but you could become the leader, authoritative person on how to prepare your staircasing for staining, painting, and whatnot. And so I would make sure that that is one of the foundations of your channel. But having said that, it looks as if you have a lot of success on staining different surfaces. So Rizzy Painting, you're performing well beyond your subscriber base. And just again, if you can have a thumbnail, which is as simple as somebody just moving their hand, and I don't know why I'm actually doing this in real life as I say this. They're moving their hand across the surface, and that gets you to 30,000 views because it's just showing you exactly what you need to know if you're searching for that. Brilliant. Awesome. Rizzy Painting there. So that brings to an end the first hour of the live stream, a little over. We now have 570 people watching and 585 likes. So some people have liked this live stream more than once, which is awesome. Thank you for doing that. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and please share this live stream with like-minded people who may find these audits useful. I think now that Alexi's gone, let's make fun of him and go into the channel audits and see if we can pick something out here on the Twitter feed that we can pick for our first, I guess, slightly more random channel selection. All right, let's just sort by that. Yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's a pretty good one. I mean, we have to pick this one, yeah? Just for fun, eh? Let's do this one. Okay, I hope Alexi takes that in jest.
So this is all gonna be good.
Just for fun gaming here. Let's take a look at this one. I'm already seeing a Let's Play with lots of parts. I think Alan Wake, I remember playing that on the Xbox 360 way back in 2010, 2012.
Yeah, it's a really old game now.
So are we going to talk about the regular thing here, Dan, whereby Let's Plays are maybe interesting for your existing audience, but searchability, discoverability, that can be a challenge as a whole?
Yeah. I mean, one thing about the horror suspense genre is it is one genre of game where I would tell people if you wanted to be somebody who played a lot of different games on your channel, you could kind of get away with it in this because there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and people really subscribe for that suspense. Hopefully you have your face cam, something startles you, and everyone laughs. You need to do a little bit more than just say like, name of the game part 17.
Yeah.
And that's because you got to think of this from the perspective of someone who's searching for this type of content and what's going to appear, because they're not typing, Alan Wake, Heavy Metal Gods, which I think is maybe it's the name of a chapter in the game, or maybe you just made it up. But yeah, Alan Wake Part 17 isn't going to really be something anyone's going to type in. But Alan Wake playthrough, Alan Wake gameplay, things like that. And then you need to consider 10 years.
Yeah,
10
just
years
look at
ago.
the edge of these videos that are here at the top.
Yep, you have to consider the age of this game. Are people searching for it in general right now? Is anyone even looking for tips for this game? And it's a great place to start. It's good to cut your teeth a little bit, kind of learn the video editing process, take one of your favorite games, play through it, and you can do that for you. That's not illegal, but I would encourage you to continue reviewing new games and finding things that are a little more on trend.
Another t-shirt merch there. You can make this content. It's not illegal. Thumbnails, text, Dan, do you think a little too overpowering here as well?
It is. I know Travis wanted to jump in there.
Sorry, Travis.
I will say that.
Not this. No, that's fine.
Okay. I will say that, if your thumbnails for a dark kind of game actually aren't really, really dark, it's easy to see them, but your text is so much brighter that it just, now you don't even know what's back there. It's just a fully text thumbnail.
It sounds like Travis has found a tweet here, I'm guessing.
There are some great ones.
All right, let's have a
And
look.
then there's one
Jeez, that's a...
very inappropriate that I think is hilarious, but we cannot show it.
Yeah, maybe don't scroll down too far.
Right,
It's it's like one of the very first ones, so it's way down at the bottom.
Do you need to mute? Can you mute it or something then?
It's not
maybe?
visually problematic, but if you know what it's from, it's,
Yeah, it requires some context. But
yeah, it does require context, but it's terrible.
That's another good one. Dear. So tell me when to stop if I'm getting.
No, you got a ways. There's some really great ones here. Though.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I got to do this one. Fastest Clocker 24. Where's your channel? I dare click on
I wouldn't click on
I
that.
don't want to click on that, sorry. Yeah, just make sure to include your channels in the tweets, or else we can't find them. Yeah, we've already done that one. I just think that one's cool. I like that one from Andrew
really
Money.
cool.
That's a little good one. Oh dear. Very good, very good. We could just be auditing these for the next hour at this rate. Let's look at this channel. Okay, small YouTubers. All right, cool. You made 2 videos. You got a trailer. But why are YouTube Shorts and why should you make them? I mean, if you're going to be a channel about YouTube growth, the timing's good for YouTube Shorts. It's got 182 views. It's a YouTube short. Is it? Because the thumbnail. Let's check. I'm guessing it is.
So, what is he?
It is a YouTube short itself. So, I mean, this is a good start. What I would be thinking about right now is if you're going to talk about small YouTubers and how to help them grow, talk about your journey. I mean, you could actually, a lot of channels talk about thank you for 100 subscribers and whatnot. And maybe they're not quite relevant to the channel as a whole, but you can say how you got 10 subscribers on your channel, how you got your first 100 views, and you can take people on your journey as you grow your channel. Not much else there right now, but that's what I'd be saying. Anything else from the chaps, or shall we go back to the tweets? Let's go back to the tweets. Go back to the tweets, yeah, but encouraging style there. All right, just tell me when to stop if things are getting scary. Andrew Money. Yeah, I think we're going to have...
that one's cool too, right? That's such a cool
Andrew one. Money, we're going to do you because you've done a couple of cool ones there. These ones make me a little bit nervous as well when I see anime that I just don't understand or don't follow. But there we are. Leader of a Dead. Oh, wow. Oh, my word. Andrew, you are on the money, Andrew Money. Wow, incredible stuff here.
I mean, and the other thing is multiple, not just like one really good one, but like.
There we are. All right, am I getting close yet?
I think you had a little bit more.
All right.
You're still good. I think we've seen you keep going for Savage Drive. Yeah, I've seen that. Keep going.
All right.
Oh, that one's funny. Bernie.
We had to get Bernie in there. Very good, very good. But we've audited your channel already 2-1, so that's good to see.
Oh wow,
Andrew Money, can
Money.
we employ you to make our thumbnails?
Yeah, they're really good. How do you do so many so quickly?
Right, shall we?
Really
Are we okay? Are we still good?
Yeah,
You should probably slow down.
All right. We'll call it a day there, and we'll do Andrew Money. Like, your thumbnails better be as good as us tweets. Right. If not, that's where we're going to say that you need to improve. Right. So, win money from challenges. All right. So, is this about playing different games, casinos, slots?
Looks like they're giving away
earning money or giveaways.
Money.
Right.
Which is, I guess that would be a way to grow a channel.
Yeah. What is the value proposition? Is it win money from challenges on your content, or challenges that are available to everybody, and you're showing how the best way to do them? Because, like, you've got this name how many pretzels there are for $50. Is that from a thumbnail? Let's see. So you've got one here. Can you guess how many marshmallows there are?
I will say that general advice, I know we're still trying to figure out exactly how this channel works, but lots and lots and lots of text on your thumbnails. I would have simplified this to win $25.
Exactly. You just need the image, don't you? And then, like, for this one, this cheese balls ones, it would be win $50. And then you don't need anything else in there, do you? That's going to suffice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a little wary here because there's some very spiky views. Some get hundreds, don't really do anything. Some get thousands. And what is the giveaway here? Is it you giving away stuff, or how to win giveaways from other people? Because the worry we always have when you're giving away stuff is that people aren't really subscribing for your content. They're or clicking on your videos for you and your content. They're trying to get this thing off you, and is it financially sustainable for you? So that would be the long-term concern for this channel.
Mr. Beast is, grown, and he gives away a lot of money, but he didn't necessarily give that money to the people watching his videos. He's given that money to really important causes and just done crazy things. So I was kind of looking at the Mr. Beast video and looking at the videos they're making. I'm like, I wonder if they're trying to be like that, but it's kind of a different perspective when you're actually giving stuff to your audience constantly.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I think thumbnails need improving, and yeah, just like, who's getting this stuff? How has it been given away? He sort of Mr. Beast Jr. involving my subscribers to get a chance to win money. I
think to jump in quick,
yeah,
there's a lot of giveaways. So I think from my perspective, you sort of think like, is this legit? Like, is this person really giving away all this money, all these items? It might be a good idea to do a follow-up video, which is, hey, here's the last 20 winners. Here's the last 10 winners. Like, try and get them on tape to say, hey, I won. I got this. Use their thumbnail, put them in a video. Kind of gives a bit of credence to what you're doing, and make sure that you have some of this visibility of saying, not only am I having these giveaway videos, but here are some legit winners.
So there's that sense of, is this too good to be true? And then you're saying, Dan, that some validation there for people who win stuff. And I guess if you're doing this all of the time, there is a terms of service on YouTube which is called manipulating metrics. And if you do this too much, like you're getting people to watch to maybe comment or subscribe or something like that, eventually people may start to report the videos. But again, I could be wrong. We're maybe not getting the full gist of this channel. But what I will say, Andrew, is thank you for all of his tweets. It might just be an Andrew Money special next week for me of the week. I'm going to be honest there.
Thumbnails are really good. The thing about it is like, if you're really trying to mimic Mr. Beast, then you have to know how much time is spent on his thumbnails. Even though sometimes it's just like one spectacular shot. If you watch any of his presentations or listen to him or anything, you'll know that he has a team that it pretty much obsesses over the thumbnail, and you got to spend more time there. So congratulations, though. Really great.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Andrew Money. We're going to go to a random selection of channels now. This is when we pull out names from this pond. Sorry, pull out numbers from this pond, and we audit channels depending on where they are in the forms. So we're going to do a gaming channel first because I think we've done a lot of non-gaming channels so far. So we have a number. This is fish number 341. And then we go to our form and we put in 341. That gives us the channel URL, which hopefully is working this week. And we copy and paste it and we start auditing channels like this. All right. So we'll start with Mr. No Commentary Guy. So the first thing I would say from a viewer's perspective coming into your channel, there has to be a damn good reason why you're not doing any commentary on your content. And hopefully it's because of some other unique, interesting way that you're presenting your content. Because if it's just gameplay and nothing else, then I'm likely to go to GameSpot, IGN, and like all of the bigger channels, or even the official channel of the game to see my, I guess, no commentary gameplay stuff. That would be my thoughts. Let's have the Dans maybe chime in at this point if there's anything you can see.
Yeah. So I will say the text on these thumbnails is almost unreadable. I would just kind of do away with it completely. The characters that you're kind of focusing on are also very small, so there's just a lot going on. So thumbnails can be improved a lot. I will also agree with what Rob said. Calling yourself Mr. No Commentary Guy is very in your face. It's very like, by the way, I'm not going to do commentary. I'm like totally against it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I would have made the channel name just a little more representative of what it is about. So if it's not commentary, then what is it? Yeah. It's okay not to do commentary. It's okay to make videos that transcend languages. YouTube is a worldwide platform. True. Can you get people to watch your videos and understand the story you're trying to tell without speech? Because that is very powerful. If you can do shorts especially, that no one needs to hear any audio to understand and get a laugh out of, you're going to be unstoppable. So there is a lot of merit to not doing commentary, but you have to make it about something else, because if you're just going to run through Star Wars Battlefront, an older game now, by the way, it's going to be really tough to find any growth there.
Welcome to YouTube, though. This is all content in the last week. So,
wow, a lot of content,
there's a lot of content there. I think maybe you want to think a little bit about incremental improvements. So maybe not make as many videos. Think about the editing, or like how you're going to improve the thumbnails, as Dan has said. Because Dan, you're the one who always stresses this. You'll very quickly burn yourself out if you're doing 15 videos a week, it looks like at this point.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of content. And when I first started, I was the same way. I was doing like 3 videos a day at one point because it's exciting, you know, but try to pump the brakes a little bit, you know, and spread that content out and put a lot of time into it. Put a lot of time into the research, and, you know, you'll go far.
I said to think about that banner as well, though. I mean, it says GFX nerds there. I don't know if that's taken from somewhere, or if it, you know, that's not a generic YouTube placeholder banner, but it is generic in sort of every other sense. So, you know, if you are interested in paying for a banner or want to create one, make sure there's something that's very unique to you in that space.
Thank you, Dan H. House of Fleepit. Okay. Best cinematography from around the world. I think Travis and I are going to try and disassemble this one. What have we got here? Is this just
a lot of flags in the background? Clips. Kind of cool.
Yeah. So so films from around the world. I think that is emphasized in the thumbnail.
Sleep it. Is that a thing that I should know about?
Yeah, that's where I'm not quite sure what that is. New videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Films from around the world, tributes that are made in Hollywood or have English as their main language. Right. So my question to you would be, because just quickly mousing over all of this stuff is, it doesn't look as if you're adding commentary or reaction or any information. It looks like you're just taking clips and scenes from films. So the question would be, do you have permission to use this content on YouTube? And also, it's English titles. So are there English translations, or is it all in its original language as well? We'd have to click on one and find out, but I don't want to risk copyright here. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm not getting that in the thumbnails. So what for example, this Norwegian film here, is it going to be in Norwegian? Is it in English? So on and so forth. Is anyone else getting a different vibe to me, or not?
No, that seems to be it, right? These seems to be the best cinematography of popular movies, which is something that you're always going to sort of run into an issue with. But I think we also said that we really like these thumbnails, maybe with smaller text or a little bit different text.
Yeah,
but definitely going down the right pattern in that sense.
It's a very simple template as well, isn't it? They're just taking the flag, adding some opacity to it. Maybe they're picking out one of the subjects as well. I guess they've done a bit of touching up of that one to bring the character in front, and then there's a background there as well. I feel like it's a good idea in one sense, but I'm just worried about how the content is curated and who is this for? English? Is it for an English audience or another audience? I'm really tempted to click on one of these and find out, but I don't want to do it. Any final thoughts, or should we move on to the next channel? Okay, let's move on to the next channel, and it's going to be a gaming channel this time, and it's channel 111. Let's see what we have here. We have MAGE Gaming. Do those relate to a particular game or not? Or is it a play on Mage Gaming? I'm seeing Destruction Derby, I think. Derby.
Flight Simulator, the last
Flight Simulator
6 videos at least.
Yeah. It looks as if it's almost exclusively Flight Simulator. All right, Travis. I know you're not you're a closet gamer and you hide this, but I know you like to add your thoughts to Flight Simulator whenever it comes up, because this channel seems to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, and I know a new update just came out for it. It's coming out on Xbox Series X soon. That'll be fun. It's really trying on your computer. I tell you, it's hard to get it. It looks.
It's funny, isn't it?
And it's a very difficult game to play. But it's great. So I think some of the thumbnails here are probably not as good as they could be, which is interesting because if you look at them, they look pretty real.
I think they're pretty good thumbnails, but maybe is it just think the alignment of the images sometimes are not quite right.
It's a little off. And if you look at some of the thumbnails for other Microsoft Simulator videos, there's just a huge difference. And I think you really want to understand that your thumbnails are going against those thumbnails of those other videos, and you need to pay attention to the fact that if you can't beat them, then you're probably not going to get clicked. So I would definitely
graphics from the real game, that thumbnail.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's incredible. The game looks crazy. It looks crazy good. So yeah, see what I'm saying? It's a different level of thumbnail because you have access to it because the game looks so good. So this is literally my point.
PewDiePie just muscling in there on the topic.
Thanks, PewDiePie. And Jacksepticeye did the same thing. So yeah, you can get some really great thumbnails in this game because they're just spectacular. So you're gonna have to do that, number one. And number two, it looks like they just transitioned about half a year ago. You're definitely gonna want to make sure that if it was me, I would do two things. I would do different flights around different places in the world, just like it looks like they're doing. Yeah. And then also a lot of how-tos because this game is complicated. There's tons of beginners like me who started to play it right off the bat, really couldn't never get connected to making it work well for me, and then just quit. So I think that if you found that group of people, you'd be surprised at how many of those people there are. Some people are just going to watch because now it's just beautiful to watch, but they really want to play, but they don't know how. And so I would look at that as well. Some beginner tutorials maybe, and then some flying around different places, maybe even how to fly from Seattle to LA. Do some of those. Yeah. I don't know that anyone's doing that. A tutorial of how to fly between two places, because you can go ahead and look and know what type of kind of cool visuals you're going to see. I'm going to show you how to fly next to underneath the San Francisco Bridge on your way from San Francisco to, New York. That would be a cool video. No one's doing that. So I would do stuff like that. Really think outside the box.
Dan H, I remember there was somebody on Twitter who was telling us how they'd started to carve out a bit of a niche in YouTube Shorts for Flight Simulator, but they tied it into a dog, a dog image kept appearing on their content. Am I right there? Did I imagine this? Was it a dream?
That sounds like a dream or a nightmare. I'm
You
not
liar.
Sure. That doesn't,
You
that
know
doesn't
what I'm
pop out
talking
to
about.
me.
You just don't want to.
My question would be for Travis, and he may know, does this game have a photo mode where you can sort of pause your positioning and move the camera around? Because these thumbnails seem very much like they're in-game, sort of like, one quick movement and taking the shot. This definitely seems like a game that if it has a photo mode, that's something to really take advantage of.
There's moments where you can get outside of your plane while you're flying and, take pictures. It's not difficult at all to do. You can get third person and you can do everything you need to do. So,
can you literally pause it and there's a photo mode? Because I know they have
I haven't seen.
Right. Okay.
I suspect though, when if it's not already there, and I don't want to speak out of turn, by the time the Xbox version comes out, I assume there probably will be.
Dan C, it looks as if your services are no longer required for gaming audio channels because we got through that without you. Fine.
That's all right. No, I was going to say I noticed a pivot, and I want to say congrats to this creator for trying a new game and then doubling down on it when it worked.
Yeah, you bang on there. I guess the one thing is, I've just noticed this, you've not made any content for 3 months. We've talked about all of his stuff, and then they're not doing anything to double down on it. So Travis, go on.
I was going to say, could we assume then that they're coming to us because this game they feel ran its course maybe for them, maybe just in general, and now it's almost the question of like, what do I do next?
I'm right in thinking that Flight Simulator is one of those types of games / programs that never really loses its appeal on YouTube because I think there's likely, as well as the regular gamers who are going to find this interesting, there's a somewhat older generation who are more than happy to commit a longer period of time to this. So and they do enough updates on this on a biannual, annual schedule that there should always be enough content for something like this. And as Travis said, there's tons of tutorials you could do on this.
Yeah. I hope that we've given you some ideas because I would definitely carry on with this. I would make your channel. I would change your name because Mage Gaming sounds like you're going to play a game like an RPG or something. I would change your name to something a little more relevant to this niche if you're going to stick to it. I think you should. And better thumbnails.
And then one final thing to notice is the view counts don't reflect the subscriber counts at all. I've just noticed that 44 subscribers, and many of these videos are getting hundreds of views, and not that much engagement either. So where is this being shared? That's something to consider. And how can you get these people who are maybe looking at this content off of YouTube, maybe it's embedded somewhere, are there some calls to action to get them to subscribe so they're going to come back to your content? Just notice that as well. I want to say thank you to 2 anonymous donations, £1 and £5, to the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. And also a creator has donated $5, but for some reason it's not included their channel name. I'll get this on screen actually if you can see it. Because I just want to say thank you to them. These chaps, this couple here, I think, thank you for the $5, but the name's not there for some reason. But
Maybe the Bailey Cole, Bailey-Cole. I saw that pop up earlier. Donated $5.
Well, thank you for the donation. Oops, what am I doing? Right, yeah, I could reset the numbers here. So we're up to 430 there and 480 there. So let's just make sure that we're including all channels in the ones that we pick. And this is going to be a non-gaming channel now, and it's 427. And let's see what we have here. All right, Learning Canteen. But I don't think this is... All right, I thought this was going to be a food channel or a language channel, and I'm wrong. Right, so... The van seems to suggest that this is going to be like van life travel. The thumbnails then don't seem to reflect that at all. And then you have shorts. I'm going to go out on a limb here and suggest that this is not your original content unless you like part of a multi-million-pound travel production company that can get all of these shots. I could be wrong.
Could be stock.
I'm just saying, or it could be stock.
They use stock footage and talk about the places.
Okay.
Well, to point out quickly that on mobile, this channel is probably Learning Canty or Kent based on that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That
would be
banner there. So And again, to give a shout out to the Discord, and there's obviously places on the internet to find this, that there are sort of templates for where you're going to get cut off on mobile. And it's very clear that this banner is going to get cut off. So people are going to click on your channel, see your banner, and immediately be a bit confused and think that, you're maybe not, putting as much effort as you may be into your videos, since you didn't put as much effort into your banner. So always kind of keep that in mind for every channel that's updating their banner, refreshing their banner. Keep that text within the mobile ready screen, because probably more than 50% of your viewers are going to be looking on mobile devices.
All right, there's a lot of content here as well. This is all of this is from the past week. Yeah.
So that I was going to say, none of these shorts have taken off, but I honestly haven't had time.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm a little worried. Is this automated content? I'm a little worried about that. No video tags, no topics. I don't know. Is it possible? This is 12 seconds long. Can you reveal enough about? It
doesn't look like it's a proper short either.
A travel destination. It's kind of square, isn't it? It might count as a short.
It has the black bars.
Oh yeah, you're right, Dan. It would have been so these are, you're right. So these aren't shorts.
It would have faded because I've seen black bars on the little preview, but here it should fade to like white on the sides.
Yes, you are correct. So they're not true shorts in that sense. I think there's a lot of unanswered confusing questions here.
Yeah.
Just something doesn't seem right about this channel. I'll just sort by most popular. Let's see if there's. So they had a listicle stuff, a couple of. Now that seems more sensible.
Mm-hmm.
But then just lots of shorts.
They were on something there too with that listicle content.
Yeah. In that same video, I'm talking about videos you should make under 1,000 subscribers. Listicles comes up as well, and that's proven here. But I'm going to move on because I think there's too many question marks about that channel. So let's go to the next gaming channel, which is 390. And this is Noob is Noob Dude. I like the channel name. Let's start there with that. Rolls off the tongue. Noob is Noob Dude. Subscribe. Subscribe. Social media. Like.
Hey guys, don't forget to give me a social media.
Right. So this channel has 90 subscribers. Looks like Roblox stuff to me, Dan. Unless I'm very much mistaken. It says it in a title, which helps. This is an example of a channel where just maybe by including Roblox in all of their titles, which they're doing, which I applaud, they're getting some search intent there. And for a channel with 90 subscribers, and been around for 3 months and started kicking in the last month, I think content-wise, they must be onto something. What type of content?
Experience. Everything is the something experience.
Okay.
Maybe not everything.
Is that a thing? Is there like is experience a word that's used in Roblox? Or
I don't know.
They're using that as a keyword for their content.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be the name of something, because I know it's a game of games, but I feel like they're playing different games within Roblox and then giving their experience of it. So the Roblox prisoner experience. So that's probably a game where it's like a prison break game in Roblox and it's their experience playing it. That's my best guess. I'm going to say, though, thumbnails. Thumbnails could use some work. The text is small, hard to read. Some of them are better than others. You're trying to keep like a character on there and stuff, but there's a lot of negative space in a lot of these. But
a good promising start. A lot of channels, even after 6 months, would not be getting double-digit, sometimes triple-digit views in their content and approaching 100 subscribers.
Right.
So whether it's the titling or the content, you're getting good watch time, do keep those facets up of your channel. But the channel focuses there, Roblox, and it's not tutorials. It's almost like it feels a bit more Let's Play, and that's unique for small channels to be doing so well.
Yeah, congrats.
Let's move on to the next channel then. And this is going to be a non-gaming channel, and this is channel 557. Come on, that's the same one as before. That can't be right.
It only goes up to 446.
Oh, right, good spot. So we'll do 446 then, the last channel. Thanks for spotting that, Dan.
I'm
So
good at
this
numbers.
channel is The Optimist. All right.
I like the sound of that.
We need some optimism.
Let's go.
Hashtag optimistically optimistic. I managed to say that right. So The Optimist shorts. And are these moments of inspiration? Because what's thrown me off here is that you're including your channel name in the beginning of every title. And I'm not sure if people are specifically searching for The Optimist. So you might want to consider whether you want to include that in your titles. And then what is this channel about? Is it about maybe African culture? I'm just guessing here a bit from the thumbnails and the titles. Tortoises are growing extinct. The African village alarm clock. Is this one sleeping? Cute puppy. So I'm still trying to work out what this channel's about 60 seconds in. And I'm not getting a strong enough vibe there right now.
Yeah, it almost feels like
old.
maybe they're not even quite sure. Like they just want to do something that's positive, but it's not like a very specific positively optimistic. It's kind of weird.
So there's one here with like 3,000 views. Let's just sort by most popular and see if there's a trend or theme jumping out here. So it seems as if the more popular videos are about this particular person, Eric Omandi. Is that a famous person in your part of the world? And the relationship with their wife? Or
Wife material
musician?
appears in 5 of those top 6.
Say that again.
The word wife material appears in 5 of those top 6 videos, it looks like. So I don't know if that's something specific or a specific road that they went down at some point. Because again, we didn't see any channel focus, but a lot of these say wife material on them.
So if it's about your relationship with this person, those are that's the content that seems to be performing the best. But maybe there's a knowledge gap here that we're unable to jump over. I guess the other thing to say is that these thumbnails at the top have less text. Not all of them have no text, but less text seems to be working well for you in your content as well. And I think with that, let's move on to the next channel. So yeah, I'm thinking generally channel focus. There are certain videos that are performing well. Maybe try and niche down on them a bit.
Did you say someone out here was wife material?
Hey, Savage. How you doing?
Has this become the Tinder channel? I don't know. I'm just coming in late. I don't know what's going on here. Are we looking for love? Is that what's happening?
So Savage changed his Tinder profile to that picture with all the hair on it. Is that a new strategy?
Yeah,
it worked.
Where we are approaching Valentine's Day, Savage, so that may be the case. If you can just hone in your savagery for one more channel, we're going to audit this one, and then we'll bring you in, Savage. Light Slicer GP, I assume it's a Rubik's Cube channel, and then I'm left somewhat disappointed by the thumbnails and the shorts. So, some very simple things.
Literally reminds me of a bad date. I was definitely let down by the shorts they were wearing and the thumbnails that they had. It was terrible. They need to go to a hand specialist because the thumbnails were nasty. It was terrible.
Thank you, Savage. Does anyone know what this channel's about?
Shorts and experiments with shorts.
Some Among Us there. So yeah, they look as if they're jumping on the shorts bandwagon. But I guess they're unfortunate in a sense that the thumbnail that YouTube is giving them isn't helping at all in a lot of these, where it's just a white rectangle. Although YouTube should be doing a better job there. It makes me wonder what's in these shorts.
No, I think they're literally experimenting. That's what the video on the bottom left there. This is an experiment. I think they're just trying things.
And people don't like these experiments.
People don't like it.
Yeah.
People don't like a lot of the stuff on here. The like to dislike ratio on a lot of these is not great.
Yeah, I always want to be careful a little bit about likes to dislikes, just in case like somebody's trolling them and like they have no control over this.
Yeah, with this many views, it could be just one dislike could tank you.
Yeah. So the most important thing with shorts is a title that's gonna grab the viewers' potential viewers' attention in the mobile app. And these ones with that just say "huh" and "doing this again" without any context in the thumbnails, unfortunately, that it's not going to work. Like this one, which says I thought it was satisfying and has a bit of a thumbnail that's done slightly better. But yeah, we need more, I guess, clickability, and I guess the titles are going to help YouTube understand what the content's about, so they can link it up to more YouTube shorts as well.
I'm a little bit concerned with the last two videos. I see the TikTok logo in there. They look like they're polar opposite in terms of like what the content is. I hope they're yours. We've seen people kind of just grab stuff and put it on their channels, and I'm not necessarily accusing you, but
let's just find out. Let's find out what the come on, is this gonna work? So Swifty there, and then this most recent one is from
someone else.
Someone else. Yeah. So
if you're coming to channel audits to try and grow your channel, the one thing we'll always tell you is to make your own content.
There we go. Let's move on then. Let's move on. Savage, hello. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well.
Ooh.
Here for the Savage Caddy students that paid all through January. Appreciate them very much. As February's coming in, it's going to be a rough time. It's going to be a rough time in February, ladies and gentlemen. It's snowing all over the country. Couldn't stop it from happening. I tried, but it's snowing everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It is crazy out there. I don't know if you've been paying attention, Rob, but there's so much snow out there. It looks like the north.
Everywhere but Canada right now. Yeah. Pick a student, Savage. Let's get on with this.
All right, let's go 37. Why not?
37. And just a disclaimer: everything you're about to hear is not necessarily endorsed by vidIQ. This is all Savage stuff. So be prepared for an alternative viewpoint of your channel with one of the best channel names I've ever seen.
Spooky Banana Plays. I love it already. I'm worried that I'm not going to see a spooky banana though, because I'm already enticed. I want to see a scary banana. Have you seen those bananas where people like scratch names into the side? Have you ever seen that where they scratch words?
I have not, but it sounds.
You've not seen this? This is a thing. I've seen it. I've seen it somewhere on social media somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see, Spooky Banana. Let's see what you got going on. Let's play Amnesia Rebirth. How do you rebirth Amnesia? What if you can't remember that you played it?
That's a good point. Good point.
Made of skewer boss. What is a skewer boss? What is skewer? What is skr? Wait, are you skirred? I'm confused. I know Dan knows about it. Dan, you played this game, right? What's skirred?
I don't play this game. I have no idea.
Well, I don't think anyone plays this game except for this channel. I think it's probably a bad idea for you to do videos on this because then no one knows what this game is. Let's just go ahead and tell you the truth that you should have been told long ago, my friend.
Which is?
They need to have a license to be online. And I think that if you took that test, you would fail.
All right, thank you.
I think that they wouldn't have given you the license to start up this channel or anything else on the internet. I'm just telling you right now, you probably would have failed the test.
So let me
You're revoking their internet license?
Pretty much. That's exactly what just happened.
So the advice for Spooky Bananas Plays on YouTube is to go and get an internet license. I just want to get that
Pretty
right.
much.
Yeah?
Well, I mean,
right?
They're obviously not going to get it. This is a great way to get them to just delete their channel. So let's go ahead and get to number 46.
Yeah.
51. Look at all 51. There's already 51 people. That's great.
Dear.
These are the latest one.
I'm seeing merch. I think we need to start selling internet licenses to people.
I mean, this would be the thing.
All right. Struan's School of Noag.
Noag. One video every 3 days, not including shorts. One video 2 hours ago. Struans, can I talk to you about something? You got this cat. It looks like he's in a cupcake. I don't understand exactly what's going on here. You got is it Rick rolling people? Listen, I love that song. I'm not going to lie. I love when people try to Rick roll me. I play that song all the way through, and I play it again 2 or 3 times. I don't understand why Struan with the School of Noag. I don't know if he misspelled knowing. I mean, at this point, with the people that come through to the Savage Academy, you just can't tell anymore. We don't even ask them to spell their name right because we know that sometimes that's 50-50. We don't even require that. As long as your money's green and the check don't bounce, then you can come on in. I don't really know what to say about this channel. I think we need to find a channel with more than one video that's 2 hours old.
Well, I was going to say, if you do want to Rickroll Savage, then you might want to visit his channel. which is, where are you on the list now?
I don't know. They put me all over the place. Look at that. They're suppressing me. I still don't have my 1 million subscribers yet. It's terrible.
So his, you can't see it because I cut this off, but his channel is youtube.com/channel/UGPG3.
Or you can just go to I'mSoSavage.com and it'll take you right there. I've already told you this, Rob. It's I'mSoSavage.com.
Does that work?
It does. Absolutely. What are you talking about? Does it work?
Oh yeah.
I got the most brilliant people on YouTube helping me with this. What are you talking about? The
money's got to go somewhere.
No videos for 3 weeks, Savage.
I've been busy with my academy.
All right. Okay. Speaking of, let's go back to your academy students.
Let's go 25. Why not? Just one more. Let's do another one of these before these people get in here.
25. This person draws stickmen on their channel.
Perfect.
So let's see what we.
I can't wait to see this.
Got. There we go.
They really do. They literally. That's really what they do. They draw stickmen. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to watch these. I don't know what the first breakup. Not gonna be your last. Let me tell you that right now. You're drawing stick figures on the internet. It's definitely not gonna be your last. Your first date, that might be your last. Though. Let me tell you that right now. That might be your last. I love the pink hair on the stick figure. That's great. Pointless relationships, which are much like the relationship I have with my Savage students, is pretty pointless.
I disagree with that.
A camping trip. I thought it said carping trip, which I figured would be fishing. School trips. Do you remember school trips, Rob? You ever go on school trips?
Plenty, yeah. I remember going to Germany on a school trip.
Did you ever have to get that little note signed by your parents to let you go?
I did, yes, yeah.
Did you ever forge that? I did it all the time.
I did not.
But the funny thing is, like, I did it for like the long trips. Like, you know, you just said you went to Germany and stuff like. Right. I'd be gone for a week, but I signed it myself.
He's just gone from your parents.
They don't know where it is. My parents were savage.
No idea.
They didn't care. They didn't care. I was a savage. I'm a savage kid.
Yeah, that sounds like some savage parenting right there.
It's junk. I was thinking the same thing. This is definitely junk. This is a junk channel if I ever seen one.
All right, thank you.
Right?
Thank you. I was wondering what you were talking about there, but all right then. Thank you. I so desperately want to go back to memes of the week, but is anybody on the Twitter feed? Is it safe to go back there?
I think you should probably look there. Why not?
Yeah, do you reckon, Savage?
Andrew Money is spamming us with all his great ones.
All right,
so
shall we
if
just
you go there, you're just going to see.
So shall I just start playing the memes of the week music, and then we can go through all of his
that's
I guess somebody was bound to do that. There we are. You two play Minecraft. Well, sorry, Savage isn't here. Travis isn't here anymore, but there we go. Yeah, I would agree with that. Canada is the greatest place on Earth. All right, good stuff there. I don't know why, but I just like that one for some reason. It's very good, that one. And then what? Andrew Money was doing some more, did you say? I think we're back to where we were there. It was.
I don't know why I don't see him, but yeah, on TweetDeck I saw a bunch of them from him.
Let's go with No Squishy. I think we've already audited this channel. The channel name is familiar, but you are very close to 300 subscribers, so we'll congratulate you on that first, and then we're going to get stuck because it's a anime channel, and I always struggle with these. Because I don't know if it's about a video game. I don't know if it's about anime itself or an anime video game. I see DLC, so it looks as if it's something to do with the game. Some huge live streams here. Not bad number of people watching the live streams. I think, Dan, if we were going to maybe talk about this, Dan C, it might be some tutorials for playing this game, because they all look as if they're very nuanced. Like, you got to have detailed knowledge about these games to really decode these thumbnails and titles a little bit.
I mean, we do tell people to stay within a niche, and that's clearly what this person's doing, which is great. Yeah, you're doing 2 to 4 hour live streams. You're probably pretty good at it. You could take funny moments from those and make them into shorts. You could be doing tutorials in between live streams. It does look like they're doing some video on demand content, so no shortage of ideas. I would just get into the community where this game is hanging out, try and find the things that they're excited about that you could cover. And of course, if you're playing a game that is commonly searched for, that does have an active community, that helps. But whenever you're playing any game on YouTube, you want to be careful to make sure you're playing a game that is, somewhat popular.
Quickly sorting by most popular, the best, free, or the best as the beginning of your title, and then explaining something in the game or the anime seems to be doing well, and interesting that these emojis are really impacting your discoverability. Oh, and congratulations, you hit 300 subscribers there as well. I wonder if that was Savage just bumping him up to 300 subscribers.
Of course it was, ladies and gentlemen. You know how the savage, what is it? The bump, as they call it.
Thanks.
They
thanks,
got some of my
Savage.
clout.
The Savage Surge. So yeah, I'll be looking at these 3 videos right here and like doubling down on this content in terms of finding the best stuff for whatever it is you're talking about within the Naruto anime world, if I pronounce that correctly. Right, I think we're going to try and squeeze in 2 more channels, one non-gaming, one gaming, with the few minutes that we have left here. So let's see if I can get this channel brought in. I think we've already looked at this channel. Chris Borg, I think it's this 3D printing channel. Now, have we audited this channel? I know we've done a shout out, but have we audited this channel?
Actually, I don't know. Don't ask me.
I think I picked this for an audit once. I don't know if we got to it or not.
Is there anything that we can quickly say then about this channel? I don't know. I seem to remember that just because of this channel icon, I kind of immediately got the idea of it being 3D printing, maybe because it was a vector graphic that kind of helped. Maybe that's a design you have on computer before it's printed out. Some spiky views though, like 200 views for this, but then 2,000 views for this one, 4,000 views for this one.
Yeah, this 3D printing lathe, when you do videos about it, seem to do pretty good.
Yeah, is it the machines that make these things? I'm going to disregard these ones that are 7 years old. So it's like anything that's about a month old. When you doing content about this milling machine and the 3D machine, your audience reacting most to that in particular. So as more content you could do, maybe from the questions that have been posed in those videos.
Yeah, when you're making something that people, it's very clear what you're making, like a hammer. Everyone knows what a hammer is. If you can print out things like that, common household items or what have you, could be a good place to go if you're struggling for ideas, because there's not a lot of videos. Like you did one a week ago, and then there was 3 weeks before that.
Yeah,
there were a couple videos, so not a ton of videos going up, and that's going to be also key to your success.
There's definitely some spiky content now. Like, how much did you spend on 3D printing? Didn't really do anything. 3D printing wood lathe build guide. So I mean, that feels like it's very niche, like showing people how to build 3D printers. But at the same time, you could be one of the very few people who are actually doing that on YouTube. So that seems to be your superpower there. So that is Chris Borg. I think I've pronounced that correctly. I'm going to pick the next channel. This is a gaming channel. And this is 395. 395. And this channel apparently is called Play Games for Fun. Who doesn't play games for fun? Just a question. Just a question.
I hear Savage plays them only to win. So
Savage might be one. Okay, Russian
All I
channel.
do is win.
Where's Alexi? We need Alexi back for this one. Mad Games Tycoon.
I got an aneurysm from looking at these thumbnails, though. I'm going to tell you right now.
I would agree with you there a little bit, Savage. They are busy. There's a lot of text on there, and they're repetitious. Is that a word?
Yes. Even if they were in English, I don't think I could read them.
Yeah, because it's kind of like cursive handwriting style. The view counts aren't too bad, though, so maybe you do have a little bit of a handle on this game, which is promising. I think Dan and I would always recommend you're doing some live streams. All right, great. Is there any tutorials or anything that you could clip to give a bit of variety, video on demand?
Are these streams?
Well, like 50 minutes, 45 minutes.
Doesn't say streamed, though. I was kind of looking at that.
All right, true.
And
maybe just Let's Play stuff.
It could just be very long Let's Plays, which in that case, I would say that video length is quite long. Quite long.
I think obviously we say this a lot, but any of these type of games, like the tycoon type of games, are usually pretty intricate. They probably have a lot of different options and different menus and stuff like that. So the how-to stuff is really going to hit off because people are going to be needing this education. They're going to come and search and say, how the heck do I make this type of part? How the heck do I upgrade to this level? How do I get to the point where I can do some of the more fun things? And you can be there to answer these questions.
So you have the gaming focus now, and you're getting more views and subscribers, which is promising. So it's just tailoring the content to be a little more discoverable. And I think play games for fun, you might be on the right track there. All right, it is time. It is 1:02 p.m. where I am. Well, it's 2 minutes past the hour wherever you are in the world, unless you're in one of the areas where they do the half hours. And I think we're going to call it a day then. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us this week. Savage, any parting words?
Yeah, I feel like I just want people to understand that in this time that it's a rough time in our history. You're
struggling there, Savage.
I gotta admit I am. I've never really talked about this. This is kind of a private affair, but I will, because this is my family. My family, right?
Yeah, sure. For 15 minutes a week, sure.
Number one, I just like to say that the grocery store up my street from my house no longer sells the applesauce I like. So I'm really kind of torn up about this.
That's going to leave a mark.
And then, my favorite type of Pop-Tarts that I used to be able to get easily. You can't get those either. And lastly, but the thing that really hurts my soul, remember those ice cream bars? You get the WWE ice cream bars. Those things were amazing.
Yeah.
Can't really get them anymore. And I don't know how I feel about that. Those
Savage. I feel you.
They have a knockoff version of them now in supermarkets.
I would eat the knockoff version. I really would. If I could get a hold
of those WCW ones.
That I would definitely go and get.
I would totally eat that. So if someone can send me some of the WWE, the ones from the 1990s, I know that it's not going to exactly taste great. But at this point, compared to everything else that's out there, it's fine. I'll take it. You got McRibs that are being sold nowadays. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and take this instead.
So vicious.
All right, my Shockmaster bar is in the mail. It's on the way.
P.O. Box 779, Savage City, Utah. I think that.
Me? Clutch Kenny. Let me tell you something about Clutch Kenny. I knew Clutch Kenny when he was a knee-high to a grasshopper. That dude couldn't catch for nothing. All right. Mr. Mine. Okay, yep, I know. Simple Smoothies. I like that. That's a great name. Little Sleep Man. That means he gets a little bit of sleep. JK Gaming Arts. And one more. Let's do Epic Bear, because bears tend to be kind of epic. Wait, there's a Turtle Trooper. Turtle Trooper, it's good to see you, man. Remember me? We went to high school together. Turtle Trooper. And you know why he's named Turtle Trooper?
Why is that?
This dude super glued a turtle to the back of his bike one time. It was hilarious. And then put some G.I. Joes on top of it. That's why they call him Turtle Trooper.
All right.
You silly, man. Do you still got that turtle with the G.I. Joe on top of it? That was silly, man. You silly, Turtle Trooper. I love it.
I don't know why, but I've got Breaking Bad in my head now from that scene. Who's the guy? He dies in everything he's in.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah, that's the guy. I've lost my train of thought here. What I was going to say. Somebody said, I think it was Mr. Milbs said Savage for president. Is that going to happen in 2024?
At this point, anything's possible. Kanye almost got it, so I can get it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Dan C. It took so long for Savage to do his shout-outs that my music's ended, so I'm going to have to play the music again, and you can say goodbye to some people.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to tell me I didn't get to say bye.
No. You've still got a spot in the goodbyes.
Okay, well, I'll say goodbye to Shook Edits, who said, please choose me. And I assume you meant for just goodbye. You have no other interest in our live stream other than just being said goodbye to. So goodbye to you. We have Imperfect Link. Not Perfect Link, but Imperfect Link. Cue Ball Gaming. We have Spooky Banana Plays. Goodbye to you. Trove says hello, but we're actually leaving, so this is a little bit awkward. So goodbye. And then one more. How about Yo-Yo Gammy? Goodbye.
And Dan H. Let's do some shout-outs from you.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Artist Haven, Zenzarius, and Cal, and all the moderators in here. Thank you guys so much for the help. Shout out to Video Luchas. I don't know if that's Lucha Libre Wrestling or something else. And let's give a shout out to Simple Smoothie. I'm hungry. A Simple Smoothie sounds pretty good right now.
Savage, are you still there?
Yeah. I wanted to tell somebody something. Go ahead and tell me what you were going to say.
I was going to say, I just want. Did you have any words of encouragement for your butler, Zenzarius?
Zenzarius, let me tell you, he's been doing a great job. The toilets have never been cleaner. I've never seen such a spotless bathroom in my life. Thank you, Zenzarius. Also want to say one other thing. For those of you that come into the chat and they say, have I been reviewed? You know how everyone does that? I want to tell someone, we actually keep track of that. And guess what? For the next 2 hours, everyone who said that is getting reviewed. Rob's going to be here by himself doing it. So hang tight. Don't go anywhere. I mean, the rest of us are going somewhere. But you and Rob are going to be here by yourself in a live stream. He's going to go ahead and make sure and take care of all of you that said that, because that's how you get reviewed. We all know that.
And if you believe that, then Tom Brady is going to win another Super. Oh no, he's actually in the Super Bowl final.
He probably is going to win another Super Bowl.
I shouldn't have said
No,
that.
he is not.
I'm going to say goodbye to the following.
Have Mahomes, baby. Let's go.
I'm going to say the following goodbyes to Dan Marino, Peyton Manning. No, sorry, I've just got quarterbacks' heads in my name now. Bad Server, Kwang La, Andrew Money. Thank you for all of those awesome memes. It will almost literally just be your memes of the week next week. Daily Switch Plays, Zenzarius, again, thank you, sir. And we could not do this live stream without this message has been automatically held for review. Folks, we will be back next week, as always, to do more channel auditing. In the meantime, I'm going to wave awkwardly until I can find the button I need to press to go to the outro. See you next week! Are you still here? Apparently there's 200 of you still here. And that's because you know that we continue to do a few more minutes of the vidIQ channel audit live stream here. They call it the director's cuts, the bits that they didn't want to include because there were rubbish parts of the film. And I think that's why sometimes there's director's cuts and so on. But yeah, I'm going to bring us all back on screen now. You are here with myself, Dan H. and Dan C. for a little bit more of a channel audit live stream where we just like to riff a little bit here. How do you think that live stream went, folks?
I thought it was a live stream. It was very live stream.
Thanks,
I liked the live stream part.
You like the live part of it, yeah?
Yeah.
A few of us were live. Alexi at points, I'm not always sure. He could be an AI of some sort, and I would not be all that surprised. But he's got such great information that it would be a super highly technologically advanced mind inside maybe beta webcam.
Yeah, we'll have to check those tweets afterwards and see. So yeah, people say an extra watch time. And let me just stress, this is purely, none of this is for you. This is purely for the benefit of vidIQ in that with 200 people watching right now, for every minute that you continue to watch, we get 3 hours, 20 minutes of watch time. And that's the only reason I'm here. That's the only reason I'm waffling right now. So we appreciate you sticking around. But I think Dan and other Dan, you're a little kinder, and you think that we should involve the audience in some fashion. So let's start off with the Super Bowl. And let's, in the chat, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? I know, Dan H., you have a strong opinion on this. Are you actually a Kansas City fan or a Patrick Mahomes fan? Or
No, lifelong Kansas City Chiefs fan, baby.
Right.
So this has been a spectacular couple of years. So praise be to Pat Mahomes.
Is this often a thing in American sports because of the way there are salary caps and there's no promotion relegation, in that sometimes there are certain teams that just go through a barren spell, but because of the way the leagues kind of balance things up, that eventually you'll see your time come? Because
That
in
is
the
usually
UK,
how it goes. Yeah.
in the UK, it's dominated a lot more by finances, and the top teams always stay at the top. And I'm thinking the Jets, for example. I know they're terrible in NFL, but have they always been terrible, or did they win? Didn't they win a Super Bowl in the last 10 years or something?
No, they won Super Bowl IV, which is 1968, I want to say. But with the draft as well, because soccer doesn't really have a draft system. So the worst team this year was the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to draft Trevor Lawrence, who is the best college quarterback. So, like the Chiefs, if you get one of the best quarterbacks in the league and you get them through the draft, that means that he has a much lower salary than the quarterback competitors. And it also means you're going from sort of one of the worst teams to at least a mid-tier team with sort of a great possibility to grow from there. So I think the draft is a huge portion of it. But yeah, the salary cap as well keeps teams competitive. They call it parity in the United States. That's when sort of a lot of teams are super competitive.
Welcome to ESPN Sports here. I want to carry I want to carry on the conversation here because you brought the draft, and I've always thought, what if the actual person who's been drafted says, actually, I don't want to join you. I want to play for my childhood hero team. Let's say the Raiders draft me number 1, but I'm a Packers fan. I've lived in Green Bay all my life. Is there any choice from the actual player? And has that ever happened where somebody's choosing a team they want to join rather than the draft decide it for them?
It's happened in a way that people have basically said, no, I'm not going to play for your team.
Yeah.
Because again, you still have to sign the player afterwards. So if they don't sign for that year, essentially they'd be eligible for the draft the following year. So John Elway, who is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, did that famously, where he didn't want to play for Baltimore and eventually was drafted and traded to the Denver Broncos. And Eli Manning, the brother to Peyton Manning, did not want to play for the San Diego Chargers. The San Diego Chargers drafted him. Then they traded him for Phillip Rivers, and he got traded to the New York Giants. So it has happened. Yeah. There's the one also opportunity where someone like Trevor Lawrence, who I mentioned, who was the best quarterback coming out in the draft, he could have said, hey, I'll never be a Jacksonville Jaguar. I will stay in college for another year. I won't even declare for the draft, but that's a lot more risky. And then, you had to play another season. Who knows in terms of injuries, what could happen. So generally they will go into the draft, but some players can have a little bit of leverage to force themselves out of a terrible situation.
So yeah, it's a case of through the power of a draft pick, the team will use the leverage of that power to get that player and then maybe ship them off to somewhere else to get all of their draft picks or players and so on. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah. So Eli Manning was traded for Phillip Rivers, but also several other draft picks. So where they used the first pick and then they use that to trade and accumulate more draft picks.
I've learned something there about NFL. If you've learned something useful about NFL, let us know in the chat. Dan C, are you into sports at all? Just to clarify, or are you not really a sporty guy? I
guess we learned something about the NFL, but useful. That's a pretty loose way to use that word. No, I'm not a big sports guy.
Nothing at all. You've never taken an interest in anything.
When I was a kid, I got heckled a lot for not enjoying sports by adults, and I would say hockey to get them to leave me alone because I knew none of them knew about hockey, and I also understood it enough. Whereas football was always like a mystery to me. I've watched plenty since then, and I'm still I'm never that into it. I always laugh because I make fun of how Tom Brady and the Patriots constantly kept going back to the Super Bowl over and over. Yeah. Now he's on a different team that was historically awful. Now he's brought it to the Super Bowl again. So I understand enough to know how silly that is, and that's about it.
I'm assuming this is ice hockey, not field hockey, that you pretended to show some interest in it. So what was your fake team you supported?
I never got that far. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
They never asked. Like, oh, you like hockey, and then that kind of fizzled the conversation, which was great.
Yeah. Should we do some audits? I was really enjoying that conversation there, but we should probably do some audits.
You shouldn't have thrown to me then.
Yeah. So how do we pick somebody here? What do we do?
Well, so everyone, I would like you to make up a fake hockey team that Dan
There
C,
you go.
was a fan of as a child.
Yes.
And the best name for the fake hockey team.
Yes.
And
Now,
I'm a sports fan, so I could pick out the real ones.
I have done this, Dan. You should do this on social at some point. YouTubers sports teams. I've tried to do this before, where we have like the Seattle Sub for Subs or the Washington Watch Times, but I've never really got it off the ground. But I think you should try it again and see what happens.
Sounds good. I like the sound of that.
Okay, who have we got?
We'll have to see how creative our fans are here.
I want to pick the
Mick
Sebros,
Hockeys,
the Rob Wilsons, and the Awesomes. I'll have that one.
Toronto Ice Buckets.
That's a good one. Who gets to pick those? Is it Dan Hirsch, Dan C? Have you got to pick?
I was going to let other Dan pick because he can point out the ones that are real.
Right.
Well, they've all been fake ones. Let's see. The Red Pucks, the San Jose Sharks. That's a real team. That doesn't count. Where did I saw one that I liked?
There's one here that's just Team Dan. That's definitely not a team.
There we go. Let's go with this one. The Maryland Mr. Beasts.
Okay, so is that the Sebros?
The Sebros, yes.
Okay.
That name does sound familiar, though. So
Yeah, let's see. So this might take a while to bring up the Sebros. I'm just going to try and find this. I think it's the second one. Yeah, it's the second one here. Right, so I'll just get the screen up and then I will remember to share it this week. So we're looking at the Sebros and your channel banner is subscribe. Okay, you may not have even chosen to get us audited here, Sebros. So we do apologize, but we are going to tear you a new one. So... What have we got here? You're doing a lot of doing some shorts mostly, but there's one here about how to make fudge, how to throw a frisbee. It's snowing. So what do you want your people to watch when they subscribe? Will be my first question to you, because it looks like at the moment you're just having fun, playing about on YouTube, not really sure who your audience is.
Yeah, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. But channel focus is going to come into play. I mean, you care enough to point out that you hit 100 subscribers, which was very exciting. Challenges, trick shots, and much more.
How do we see that anyway? Challenges and trick shots?
Not recently.
More records.
Yeah.
I like that, the record for the shortest video of all time.
Yeah.
But not going to get a lot of play out of that.
Right. Not a lot of watch time either.
What's 4,000 hours of watch time divided by 1 second?
It looks like he's been experimenting with this type of content, which a lot of people are doing right now, which is almost goading the YouTube algorithm. Like, this won't get 100 subscribers before I post again, or this is the shortest video on YouTube, or this video only has 1 comment, and that's fine. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but there are a lot of people who are playing with this idea, and then where do you go once the idea's died away? So, I mean, there's a couple here with like 300 views, which is snowing, which looks like it's raining in that screenshot. But
yeah, I mean, and if you're just kind of doing interesting things and turning into shorts, that could be a channel unto itself. Maybe that's why the snowing one took off.
Look at this, like the two actual trick shot ones that you've done. Like, first, most popular, and one here about flipping bottles. That one's got some views as well. So when there's a tiny bit of focus, and Ospro, Ospro is one of the people who posts regularly in our comments and stuff. So bit of vidIQ community action going on here, I think.
See, I really want to know if that is his grandma versus his grandpa battling in bottle flipping. So that is definitely enticing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Just keep making shorts. I would stick to trick shots, and if you can do those in short form, those will do very well.
All right, so that is the Sebros. Let's pick maybe one more channel with a. So Dan, so you're now Dan supporting who was it? What was the team name again?
The Maryland Mr. Beasts.
You're supporting the Maryland Mr. Beast NHL, but now Dan needs an NFL team as well. So can you please conjure up an NFL team for Dan to start supporting. Who's going to be the franchise player for the Mr. Beasts, the Maryland Mr. Beasts? Is it just going to be Jimmy Donaldson?
I know it's hockey, but I got to get Tom Brady, I think.
Well, if you can, yeah. I mean, okay, will it go like the new Mets owner, Steve Cohen, where he just is throwing money at all these players? I'm assuming that's going to be Mr. Beast's strategy.
All right. We got the
the
Seattle
way to do it.
Shorts. We got the Moon Wolves. We got the Los Angeles Ram, so just one Ram there.
It's funny.
The Golden State Giants. Oh, the Carolina Brady's. That's an interesting one.
San Francisco Shorts, I like it.
Savage
The New
punks.
Jersey Jimmies.
Was that the one we said? The 1 gigabyte Rams.
That's the immediate win.
That's pretty good. What name is that?
That was just
Doom
broken.
Hail, Dumb Hail. I
You've
think we gave them a shout out. I don't know
You've
if
just
they
broken
got
me.
an audit.
What's his name?
Dumb D-U-M-B.
Right, okay. I think I know this channel. DUM.
I think we gave them a shout
B.
out. I don't think we ever audited the channel.
Yeah, H-A-E-L.
So
They are in the
DUM.
Discord.
D-U-M-B
B.
H-A-E-L.
Yeah, I think I've not been tracking this channel, but I think they're doing really well with their content because of, quite frankly, channel focus and phenomenal thumbnails and shorts. Yeah, let's bring this up.
Oh, there you go. Love
So,
those thumbnails.
we may have savaged this channel, but they've got 3,500 subscribers. They are jumping on the shorts bandwagon, but they are focusing on Rainbow Six. So at this point, I think this creator could be the biggest YouTube Shorts Rainbow Six channel-focused creator. I'm just going to be honest with that. It's incredible to see that you're doing phenomenal thumbnails for Shorts content. Because I guess you've looked at your traffic sources and you are getting views outside of Shorts, maybe. I'm not sure. Because the one thing I would be saying is do more. They're what, like 10 seconds long, most of these? And you're doing 2 or 3 a week? Is there opportunity to do more there?
Yeah. I mean, and it could be that, there's still some quality information in these too, and it's just not easy to make a bunch of them because we're talking about the best angles and weapons and things like that, and it's probably very short but valuable
I
content.
just want to look at the video here. Is it actually short or is it? Yes, it is a short. So there's probably not that many people watching now who were talking about it earlier, Dan, but as you were saying, a short would have the gradient background the same color as the theme, but if there are black bars, then it's actually a landscape video that's been with a portrait video in it, and so these are actually shorts. But yeah, I mean, I would just say more content here if you can, please. And I think what's interesting to know is there's been a bit of a discussion about how long should your shorts be, since the upper limit is 60 seconds. But I think there's a very strategic reason why you're making your videos 15 seconds or less. But you're also keeping them above 5 seconds because I think that's the lower limit there or thereabouts for shorts.
Yeah, and I mean, retention's probably just one small piece of the puzzle on shorts. We've been all kind of testing things, and obviously the shorter your video, the better retention's going to have, and the more valuable. And quality matters with shorts. I know a lot of people probably make the incorrect assumption that, hey, just because it's a short means it will absolutely get tested by a swath of people, so it's going to get at least several hundred views, and that's not necessarily the case.
Sorry, go ahead, Dan. I'm keep cutting you off.
I was wrapping up. That's not necessarily the case just because you made a short that it's guaranteed anything.
Now, the question now is that are you a shorts channel or are you going to still have long form content? Because prior to the shorts, you were doing some Rainbow Six content, and it wasn't doing bad. Like, where was it? So these ones here, like a minute, 2 minute long. I mean, we're down into the hundreds, maybe sometimes a little over 1,000 views, but at least that content was probably monetizable. So I feel as if, and a lot of people are getting scared about this. I'm at the point now where I'm saying, okay, is any of this audience going to transition into long form content? Maybe it's time to test that out on the channel. But people are getting scared of saying, I'm getting all of these views from shorts. I don't want to I don't want to upset the apple cart, so to speak. But ultimately, right now, you can't earn any money off of YouTube Shorts, and we don't know how long it's going to be like that. So I think you have to try and work out whether or not these people are going to transition into long form content. But I understand if you don't want to yet.
And I do wonder if sticking to a similar theme might help that as well. So this is the best angle on a specific map or a specific area. What if it was the 5 best angles?
Absolutely,
the 10 best
Dan,
angles, or some
listicles.
sort of mix and match to that. So you're still sort of on the same theme, but maybe you're kind of elaborating a little bit more, kind of showing them exactly where on the map it is, showing them how to get from one angle to the next, and kind of go in sort of a loop or something like that. And that way you're still sticking on topic, but sort of lengthening it a little bit. Maybe it's 1.5 minutes. Maybe it's, just under 2 minutes where it's not super long form.
I think I'm done. I'm hungry. I've got to be honest. Thank you for staying on for the extra half an hour, which has brought us in, at least another 100 hours worth of watch time, which is appreciated. But I'm hungry. Dan H is snowed in. And Dan C, you need to now do some research on the Maryland Mr. Beast and the 1 gigahertz RAMs.
Yeah, I'll have to start like a Patreon or something to get people to help donate to the cause, and we can start our own team.
Bye, everybody. I'm ending the stream.